Cape's leader. Sports radio play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on TRC. Cape Cod. Chatham A's baseball. Sports radio play-by-play. Let's go A's! Putting bats through the fog, playing under the lights. The stars of tomorrow shine tonight. No one else can beat them. Come on out and see them. Chatham A's baseball, summertime on Cape Cod.
On the hottest day of the season in 2025, Chatham travels across the bridge for a date with Wareham. It's the A's and the Gatemen in one last try at Spillane Field. Welcome into the Anglers Extra pregame show. Alongside Hudson, Ridley, I'm Jake Klein. Last time out, Chatham fell 6-1 2 days ago at home against the Bourne Braves in what Dennis Cook called an uninspiring offensive performance from his club. And at the end of the day, Chatham 5 points back of fourth place Orleans with just 6 games left to play on the 2025 Cape League regular season. We've got a whole lot to break down on the Anglers Extra pregame show, and it's coming up next. I'll chat with Dennis Cook on the manager's show about the last game, what his plan for tonight is, plus the heat up over 90 degrees at Spillane Field in Wareham today as the A's and the Gatemen go at it in Wareham. Manager's show is up next, followed by a special edition of Catch of the Day with the former major leaguer, Chatham's pitching coach, Jay Powell. Don't go anywhere. It's the Anglers Extra pregame show.
Sports radio, play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on TRC.
Chatham Bars Inn is Cape Cod's premier four-diamond oceanfront resort. With 217 luxurious rooms, guests have access to numerous amenities, including a private beach, complimentary children's programs, 4 award-winning restaurants, a new world-class spa, an outdoor pool, and tennis courts. Year after year, Chatham Bars Inn is recognized as one of the top resorts in the world. Chatham Bars Inn and Cape Cod Baseball. Summer fun for the whole family.
Welcome back on the Anglers Extra pregame show, moments away from Game 35 of the Cape League season, where Chatham visits the Wareham Gatemen at Spillane Field. And it's time for the manager's show. I'm Jake Klein alongside the Chatham skipper, Dennis Cook. Dennis, before the day off yesterday, you fall at home against Bourne. What were the takeaways in the 6-1 loss?
Not very competitive offensively. Gave up one pitch, the home run, but obviously the walks before that hurt us. Just not very competitive.
What was going through your mind for Cam Johnson's 3 walks in that 6th inning before the Grand Slam came?
Well, I just was wanting him to make an adjustment, and he wasn't able to do that. He's got a little bit of a sore elbow, so we're going to give him a little bit of time off and see how he bounces back and figure out what we're going to do with him from there.
A couple of other pitchers, your new pitchers, Liam Powell, the righty, and Joey McManus, the righty, both threw scoreless innings. What did you see from those two?
Just they threw strikes, and that's half the battle in this league. They both were strike throwers, and just happy for that. And once they get over their soreness, we'll get them back in the game.
What do you expect their roles to be for these final 6 games?
Just be ready to pitch and try to give them as many innings as we can.
Chatting with Dennis Cook on the manager's show. Chatham takes on Wareham tonight at Spillane Field. Dennis, more roster turnover. You lose Ashton Larson to a quad injury. What would you sum up as the bright spots of his summer in Chatham?
Well, he came up and he swung the bat pretty good. Was happy for that. Had some really good games for us, and he needs to get back down to Austin and rehab his quad and get ready for fall ball.
You also lose Carmelo Musakia. What does the batting order and defensive plan look like with just 9 position players in addition to Gavin Jones, the two-way?
Oh, we're fine. We got everybody's in the position they're supposed to be in, and they played the position that they're in tonight before all season, so we're in good shape.
Does having only 9 position players concern you at all?
I would rather have 10, but it is what it is. The kid today, Carmelo's knee locked up on him, and nothing he can do about it, nothing we can do about it. So we'll just go out there and play. And if I was a position player, I would love it because I know I'm playing every day.
You start Jacob Turner tonight, the righty from Bowling Green, on the mound against Wareham. What have you seen from him in his first 2 outings?
He's done good so far. He's done what we ask of him. He's thrown strikes, and that's the main thing. We wanted to try to get 4 or 5 innings out of him tonight, and hopefully still be in the game and be competitive and give us a chance to win.
Up over 90 degrees today in Wareham. What adjustments do you make with the heat?
0. Just go play baseball.
I also want to ask you about something we'll talk to Jay Powell about in just a couple of minutes. He went up to visit Cooperstown. I know you didn't go with him, but what does that weekend mean for baseball in your mind?
Well, I think it just highlights our superstars, the guys that have had impact in the game, and it's a wonderful thing to honor them and enshrine them and celebrate them. So, I'm happy for Billy Wagner. I'm happy for all the guys that got in this time around, and the guys that get in the future.
Hall of Famers that you played with, there were a number of them. Is there anything different about those players that you just remember from being teammates with them?
Just God-given ability, they just good players. There's a lot of good players that play in the big leagues. In fact, all of them that play in the big leagues are good players. But yeah, I really can't sit and go, yeah, that guy was special because he was just good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Consistent and good.
There's Dennis Cook on the Manager's Show. Chatham and Wareham coming up in just a couple of moments. Dennis, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Back to Hudson Ridley for more on the Anglers Extra pregame show.
Thank you very much, Jake. You heard the Hall of Fame talk there at the end after a very special Hall of Fame induction ceremony this weekend where Chatham's pitching coach, Jay Powell, was in attendance. We will talk to Jay on the other side about that as he joins a special catch of the day straight ahead.
Anglers Extra. Chatham on TIC. Cape Cod.
Sweet Tomatoes Pizza, located right around the corner from Veterans Field at 790 Main Street in Chatham. Pick up a pie on your way to the game or grab a calzone before first pitch. The dough for their specialty pizza is rolled right before your eyes. Eat in or take out, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and sometimes later. Call 508-348-0200. See their full menu online at sweettomatoescapecod.com. Sweet Tomatoes, a Chatham pregame tradition.
Welcome back into the Anglers Extra pregame show ahead of game 35 on the season. We're at Spillane Field in a very, very hot Wareham, Massachusetts. And it's time for the catch of the day. I'm Hudson Ridley, and I'm joined by Chatham pitching coach Jay Powell. After you had yourself quite a weekend, the game in Hyannis finishes on Saturday night. You have to get to the Hall of Fame ceremony on Sunday to see your friend Billy Wagner. How did you make it after the end of the Hyannis game?
Well, I got done. I changed clothes real quick and actually went through McDonald's and got me a couple cheeseburgers and hit the road and ended up staying right outside of Albany the night before because there's, of course, no hotels around Cooperstown. Spent the night and then got to Cooperstown the next morning and met some friends and ate breakfast there, hung out in the lobby of the hotel for about 2 or 3 hours, and then we went over to the ceremonies.
Mm-hmm. And you said that was your first time in Cooperstown, correct?
Yeah, it was my first time. I've never been there. It's of course I wanted to go to the Hall of Fame, but and I debated on this. I said, well, we got an off day, maybe I should spend the night, but I'm gonna have to catch that up on the second time around, maybe sometime. But no, it was awesome. It's really cool for me because I got to see a bunch of guys that, of course, I grew up kind of idolizing and watching. I'm sitting in the lobby and we're sitting there, and I asked my buddy after about 20 minutes. There's this guy sitting 10 foot from me, and I looked at him. I said, "Is that Johnny Bench?" He goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Holy smokes!" So just things like that you don't really realize, but to see those guys kind of in person is pretty cool.
Did you work yourself up enough to talk to Johnny Bench?
No, I didn't. I saw my old manager, Jim Leland. One of my rookie year, Lee Smith was a closer for the Orioles, so I got to talk to Lee. Randy Johnson, former teammate of mine. I saw a bunch of my old Astro buddies, Mike Hampton, Shane Reynolds, just Morse Salou, a bunch of those guys that we had played with, and it was really fun. It was really fun to be back and just being around those guys that we back and just being around those guys, and because it's like Mike Hampton says, it's like nothing's changed. We're still all goofballs, and Lance Burke was there, so it was a lot of fun. That was kind of the highlight of it for me.
Does it take you guys any time to get back into the goofing off, or are you straight away at it?
No, it doesn't take zero time. I mean, it's just like you're back in a clubhouse and messing around with each other, and it's just a bunch of 50, 60-year-old men doing it. But no, that was a lot of fun, and we all sent Billy a message last night, and I told him, I said, I appreciate you making the Hall of Fame for all of us, because for us it was kind of a dream come true. And Billy's a special guy, and he's obviously a once in a lifetime dominant type pitcher, but he's even really a better person, and I'm proud to call him a teammate and a friend, and he is well deserved.
What's it like to get to play with a guy like Billy Wagner?
Well, if you leave runners on and he's coming in behind, you feel pretty good about it. I kid him all the time. I said, you wouldn't have had any saves if I hadn't given up a run in a 4-run lead or something. But no, I mean, just having him, it's kind of like you have a silver bullet in the back end of a game. And unless you've done it, it's hard to imagine pitching these high leverage ninth innings. And I've done it some in my career, but for a guy to do it like he and Mariano Rivera, Trevor Hoffman, Robbie Neon, these guys that's done it, that's great at it. It takes a special person. And if you look at Billy's numbers, I mean, to me, Mariano Rivera is the greatest closer ever. But Billy's pretty close to him. I mean, he was very dominant in his career. And really, I mean, when he stepped away, he had one of the best years of his career. So, I mean, it's been funny to see him pitch another 2 or 3 years, what kind of numbers he could put up.
Is there something different about Hall of Famers? Maybe you noticed them in the clubhouse or their routines. Is there something that sets them apart from just your average guy?
Not really. I mean, I've played with I'm fortunate enough, and like on the stage the other night, I had about 5 ex-teammates up there, and I started thinking about them. I'm like, man, that guy's a Hall of Famer. But like all those guys, though, they were obviously very talented and very driven. And you got to be really talented, but you also have to have that mindset and that kind of drive to you that separates you from a lot of other players, honestly, that has the same amount of ability. And I think that, Billy was always one of those guys that had kind of a chip on his shoulder. He was an undersized pitcher, kind of had a tough upbringing, D3 guy. He just always had that chip on his shoulder, and boy, he turned it into something.
And now that you've gone to Cooperstown, any plans to go back anytime soon?
I want to go back one day. They say they do a little special tour for the former players, so I'd like to do that one day, but hopefully one day when I retire and my wife and I can travel some, we go back up there, because it's pretty country, but just going in and out, you really don't have a chance to really enjoy it.
Sounds like a big bucket list item. That is Jay Powell, Chatham pitching coach. Jay, thank you for joining Catch of the Day.
Thank you.
All right, back to Jake Klein with the rest of our Anglers Extra pregame show. Jake?
All right, Hudson. Chatham and Wareham coming up in just a couple of moments from Spillane Field. The A's are 5 points back with 6 to play against 4th place Orleans. All right, Chatham and Wareham coming up from Spillane Field in just a couple of moments. Don't go anywhere.
Anglers Extra. Chatham on TRC. Cape Cod.
Year after year, Cape Cod League Baseball and Chatham Bars Inn have been synonymous with summer on Cape Cod. The Inn has offered clam bakes, beachside barbecues, and oceanfront dining since 1914. The new Beach House restaurant at Chatham Bars Inn is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Visit Chatham Bars Inn at www.chathambarsin.com. Chatham Bars Inn and Cape Cod Baseball. Summer fun for the whole family.
Chatham A's baseball is on the air right now.
Swings and hits one to left center field. Back goes McFadden. He will not get there. It's a home run. A grand slam for Todd Frazier.
Chugging into second base with an RBI double is Evan Longoria. He is 4 for 4.
Hit on the ground, left side. Will it get through? Off Crawford and into center field. Federovic scores and Chatham wins it in 11. The game-winning hit from Seager. It's a 5-4 Chatham winner.
And now, with your play-by-play, Jay Klein and Hudson Ridley.
2.5 games back with just 6 to go. Chatham needs everything it can get throughout the remainder of the season. Today, it's one last trip to Spillane Field as the A's cross the bridge for a date with Wareham. Welcome to Fieldside at Spillane Field with Jake Klein. I'm Hudson Ridley, and it's almost time for game number 35 on the Cape League season. A very familiar lineup tonight, Jake. So let's get those guys. It's your lineup presented by Chatham Clothing Bar.
That's right, Hudson. We start with Chatham, which tonight has only 9 position players at its disposal. A's are 14-17-3, 5th place in the East Division at 31 points. 5 points back of 4th place Orleans, under the first-year manager Dennis Cook. Jackson Freeman, the center fielder from Northwestern, leads off. Then Daniel Jackson, the first baseman tonight from Georgia, he hits second. Chase Freilich back in the 3-hole, the designated hitter out of Auburn. Roman Martin, the third baseman from UCLA, cleans up. Then Reed Stallman, the lefty hitting left fielder from Mississippi State, is the 5-hole hitter. Isaiah Lane bats 6th. He's the shortstop from San Diego. And the bottom third of the Chatham order is Trace Mazan, the Weatherford College second baseman headed to Coastal Carolina. Jake Hanley, the right fielder from Indiana, and Cade Arambidi, the catcher from LSU. For Wareham, 18-16. First place in the Cape League's West Division. And it starts with Chris Ramirez, shortstop from Cal Baptist, who leads it off. Then Hayden Yost, the center fielder from Florida, bats second. Chris McHugh, the first baseman from NC State, hits third. And Chase Cruson, the lefty hitting left fielder from UCF, cleans up. Caden McDonald is the designated hitter from Florida in the 5-hole. Colby Turner, the Michigan right fielder, hits 6th. And the bottom third of the Wareham order is Vance Sheehan, the third baseman from USC Upstate who transfers to Miami. Jack Cale, the Columbia second baseman. And Drew Rogers, the catcher from Georgia Tech. Hudson has your pitching matchup presented by the Red Nun Bar and Grill.
Sure do, Jake. It's TJ Schlageter, the left-hander from Louisville, who gets the call today for Wareham. His first start on the Cape League season, his 8th appearance of the year, and through that stretch, although he hasn't pitched many innings per appearance, he has been dominant. A .77 ERA through 11 2/3 innings pitched. 3 walks to 10 strikeouts for the left-hander Schlageter. On the other side, it's the right-hander Jacob Turner, 5'11", 205 from Bowling Green. He gets the start for Chatham. It's his second for the A's in his 3rd Cape League appearance this season, a 5.40 ERA, 3 walks to 4 strikeouts. The Gatemen leaning over their dugout on the third base side. The A's gathered around the first base side dugout, ready to go out and hit. For Chatham today, it is the road blue jerseys, a white Chatham script across the front with red numbers and white outline underneath that script. On the back, it is white numbers on those jerseys with a red stroke around them. Gray pants with blue piping on the sides. And the hats, blue in the front and back, both royal red bills around the front with the Angler Fishhook A logo in the middle. For the home Wareham Gatemen, it is a cranberry red top with block letter Wareham across the front in all dark blue. Dark blue numbers on the backs with white outline. The reverse on the front. It's white numbers with dark blue outline. White pants for the Gatemen today and hats with a white front, a dark blue back, and a dark blue bill as well. They gather ready for game 35 on the season as they start their huddle of defense just past the third base side dugout. And they break out to take their spots. TJ Schlageter makes his run to the mound. He'll face the leadoff man, Jackson Freeman. He's followed by Daniel Jackson and Chase Freilich. Those are the 3 today to lead it off for Chatham. The umpires, it's Joe Gravina calling balls and strikes. Timothy Carey at first and Ali Bardoni at third. Those are brought to you by Chatham Paint and Hardware on a scorchingly hot day in Wareham. Jake, I don't think we've had a day quite like this all season.
No, and it's funny, I talked to Dennis Cook before the game. He's a Texas guy, and he said this is like a pretty nice day at home. He said nice breeze going. He's feeling all right.
Jay Powell told me that we can no longer make fun of people from the South for not being able to drive in an inch of snow because we can't live in weather like this. Just before first pitch, it is 89 degrees in Wareham. Earlier today, it got up to 95 just across the bridge in Wareham. TJ Schlageter throwing his warm-up pitches on the mound. Again, just his first start on the Cape League season. He's been used in relief his previous 7 outings pitching to a .77 ERA. Lefty stands at 6'2", 210. Has to face a lineup where lefties are prevalent. Jackson Freeman leads it off. Chase Fralick is in the 3-hole. Two of the hardest hitting lefties on this team. Has to face Reed Stallman in the 5-hole. Not the easiest lineup for Schlager to face. Wareham hasn't had too much pitching success this year, but the best offense in the league tells you that they don't really need it, sitting at first in the West. Jackson Freeman walks up to the left-handed batter's box as the defense takes their spots, and a breeze whips from left to right across the field. Left on left, here's the first pitch. Fastball off the plate away, ball 1 at 6 o'clock right on the dot. 89 degrees and sunny in Wareham. Your time and temperature presented by the Chatham Athletic Association. Here's the 1-0 from Schlager. Fastball low and away. 2 balls and no strikes on Freeman. Outside of a few games ago where he did not play, Freeman has been consistent in that leadoff spot. Here's the 2-0. Breaking ball, called strike. Started at the letters, then dropped down, clipped the outer half of the zone. It's 2-1. Freeman, the leadoff batter in this ballgame. Schlager shakes off, now agrees on a pitch. His 2-1. Fastball cut on and missed. Count runs to 2-2. Wipes sweat off his face and hands. It's just been that kind of day in Wareham. Looks in, covers his glasses, now deals. Fastball popped up left side and tails out of play. Lands on the school building that dominates the left side of Spillane Field. You can't see anything past it at really any point. Also casts shadows on the field when that sun sets a little further. 2-2. Breaking ball hit on the ground, tapped right back to the mound. Schlager charges, fields, fires to first. Stretch. It pulled him off the bag. Freeman is safe. McHugh stretched over to try to get to that ball after Schlager missed him to his right. Pulled him off of first base. And Jackson Freeman, the leadoff man, is aboard. Daniel Jackson from the University of Georgia. So the A's have the leadoff man of this game on base, as Freeman takes his lead off of first for Daniel Jackson. He bats from the right side. Officially scored as an error. Goes against Schlager. First pitch, fastball cut on and missed. Strike 1. Schlager had plenty of time to throw that ball. Chopped a couple times to the left of the mound, but he didn't have to go very far to get it. Just could not complete the throw to first. The 0-1. Fastball hit in the air. Shallow pop-up left side of the infield. Sheehan comes in from third. He's underneath it, and he makes the grab for out number 1. Freeman stays put at first. Here is your defensive lineman for Wareham, presented by Short and Sweet Ice Cream. It's Chase Cruson in left field with Hayden Yost in center and Colby Turner in right. Vance Sheehan, who you just heard from, at third base. Chris Ramirez at short with Jack Cale at second. Chris McHugh at first. And Drew Rogers catching TJ Schlager. 1 on and 1 gone for Chase Fralick. He hits from the left side. First pitch, breaking ball, skips off the glove of Rogers and in the dirt. Pitch was below the zone. It's 1-0. Breeze whipping in.
No, we're not cheering for him.
1-0. Fastball. Called strike on the outer edge. Last game, Fralick went 1 for 4. Had one of Chatham's only 4 hits on the day. 1-1, breaking ball, chopped on the ground, up the middle. Scooped at short, steps on the bag for 1. Off-balance throw to first, scooped up in time, and Wareham turns 2. It goes from Ramirez at short, who takes it to the bag at second himself, and a bouncer throw that Chris McHugh scoops out of the dirt at first to turn a 6-3 double play. Sits down the lead runner Jackson and Chase Freilich. And Chatham goes 1-2-3. Jacob Turner makes his way to the mound. Coming up next, Turner faces Chris Ramirez, Hayden Yost, and Chris McHugh. 1, 2, and 3 of the Wareham order when we return. It's Chatham A's Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Welcome back to Spillane Field for the bottom of the first on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Chatham goes 1-2-3 with a double play and turns things over to the Gatemen to bat for the first time today. It's Chris Ramirez, the shortstop, to lead it off from the right side. He's followed by Hayden Yost and Chris McHugh. The righty Jacob Turner on to make his second start as a Chatham A. His second against Wareham. First pitch from the righty. Fastball. Called a strike on the inside edge, 0-1. Comes in with a 5.40 ERA, but Dennis Cook has said he's done exactly what he wants him to do, throw strikes. 0-1. Fastball, smoke right back. It hits Turner off his back, charges off the mound, scoops it up, fires low to first, got him. Jacob Turner takes a bullet off the back, scrambles to find it, and laughs as he throws over to first base. What a play to get one. And now Chatham's training staff rushing out of the dugout to take a check on Turner, who is all smiles. Hit right back up the middle. First base umpire Tim Carey is patting at his chest as he talks to Dennis Cook. Came so fast off the bat, really didn't give Turner a chance to get out of the way. And he didn't crumple either. He stayed on his feet the whole time. Searched around for the ball. And even as of right now is up and walking fine. They're taking a look at his back as of right now, his lower back.
It looks like it hit him right in that throwing elbow, so they're going to have him toss a few practice pitches just to make sure he can continue.
Practicing with catcher Cade Arambidi. Well, he warms back up. We'll get you the defensive alignment presented by Short and Sweet Ice Cream. It's Reed Stallman who makes the start in left. Jackson Freeman in center and Jake Hanley in right. Roman Martin at third. Isaiah Lane gets the start at short. It's Trace Mazan at second with Daniel Jackson at first. And Cade Arambidi does the catching for Jacob Turner, who's all smiles as everybody heads back to the dugout. And leaves Turner in the game. 1 up, 1 down. Hayden Yost, the center fielder, bats from the left side. Turner's first pitch. Fastball just below the zone, 1-0. Crazy thing to see a comebacker that fast. 1-0. Breaking ball down and in. 2 balls and no strikes on Yost. His 2-0 pitch to Yost. Fastball hit in the air. Out to center field. Freeman charges in. Lane goes out from short. It drops in between them for a base hit. Yost gets up and charges to second. He's in standing. It landed between Lane and Freeman in shallow center. And Yost, seeing a miscommunication, broke for second instantly and had it by a few steps. It's a one-out double for Hayden Yost.
Smart hustle play by Yost, who saw Lane go out, Freeman come in. Both missed the ball and run past it, and then neither gave much of an effort to go get it for several seconds.
So now, with the runner in scoring position, Wareham sends Chris McHugh to the plate. He bats from the right side. Turner checks the runner and fires. Fastball, rather breaking ball, cut on and missed. Just underneath the bat of McHugh, who went and chased it. 0-1. Still scoreless from Spillane Field in the bottom of the first. 0-1. Fastball chopped. Left side of the mound. Turner charges. Fields it, but bobbles it in his glove, and everybody's safe. Yost goes up to third. McHugh reaches first base. And we'll have to wait to see how that is scored. He had a play, but after he bobbled it in his glove a few times, just could not dig it out in time to sling to first. That's scored as a single. It's an infield single for Chris McHugh, and back-to-back base hits for Wareham. The Gatemen have runners on the corners for the cleanup man, Chase Cruson. The left fielder hits from the left side. First pitch from the righty, Turner. Fastball smoked up the middle, grabbed by Lane at short. He flips to second for one. The throw to first, not in time. He's safe. Cruson legs it out by a step, and Wareham strikes first. 1-0 Gatemen in the bottom of the first. Small ball to the maximum. A double from Yost started the party, which should have been a single. And then a infield hit that went back to the mound, and Cruson legging out what nearly was a double play on the fielder's choice. Now it brings up Caden McDonald from the right side. First pitch, breaking ball, hit on the ground left side. Lane scoops on a backhand. Deep in the hole, he fires off balance to first. Skips out of the glove of Jackson. Runner at second takes off for third. It's Cruson who moves up. And yet again, runners on the corners for Wareham.
No need to throw there from shortstop. There was never a chance that they were going to retire McDonald, and all that throw did allow the runner to move up to third.
But Cruson on third base and McDonald on first. And like an assembly line, Wareham sends Colby Turner to the dish. Wareham up 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Runners on the corners and two gone. Turner from the right side. It's Turner on Turner. First pitch. Fastball. Called strike on the inner half. 0-1. It's been small ball for Wareham, the best offense in the Cape League. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball skips in the dirt off the protector of Aaron Beatty. He keeps it in front of him and keeps the runners on the corners 1-1. Last time it was pitching and defense in a Wareham win over Chatham. Held the A's to just one run on 2 hits on July 22nd. Turner looks in, checks the runner at first, set at the bell. The 1-1. Fastball hit in the air, out to left field. Hanley races in, rather Stallman, he's underneath it, and he makes the grab for the third out. Turner smiling as he leaves the mound. He stays in after taking a shot right back at him and allows a run. It is 1 run on 2 hits for the Gatemen. 2 errors and 2 runners left on base for the Gatemen. 1-0 Wareham as we make our way to the top of the second inning. Chatham sends Martin, Stallman, and Lane to bat. 4, 5, and 6 when we return to face the lefty Schlageter. Back in just a moment on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRZ, Cape Cod.
Top of the second on the Cape Cod Baseball Network, a 1-0 Wareham lead after the Gatemen get one across in the home half of the first. Chatham sends Roman Martin to the plate, followed by Reed Stallman and Isaiah Lane. Righty, lefty, righty to face the left-hander T.J. Schlager. First pitch, breaking ball, called a strike on Martin, 0-1. Schlager allowed the leadoff man to reach. Freeman made his way up on an error, but then turned a double play against Freilich. 0-1, fastball, hit in the air, down the right field line, tailing towards the corner, chasing after it, and it drops in foul ground. It was Jack Cale out from the second base spot to try to track it down. He called off both McHugh and Turner, first and right, who chased after it, and it bounced foul, 0-2 at the plate to Roman Martin. Widens his stance in a 2-strike count. Here's the pitch. Fastball high, well above the head of Martin, 1-2. Stands back in. 1-2 pitch from Schlager. Fastball hit on the ground left side. Scooped at short. Throw to first. Got him. Ramirez buckled down to one knee awkwardly to field the ball. And then before springing all the way up, fired off balance. It was a low throw to first, but McHugh didn't have to pick it off the ground. Still about a foot or so of room before it hit the dirt. He squeezed it for out number 1. Martin retired 6-3, and it brings up the left-handed hitting Reed Stallman. Makes another start in left today after some recent outfield shuffles for the A's. First pitch, breaking ball, called a strike. 0-1. Ashton Larson is now officially gone. Left the Cape with a quad issue. He makes his way back to Austin. 0-1. Fastball fouled back over the top of the screen, and it lands on top of the school building right next to Spillane Field. 1-1. Larson is gone. Musakia, who had made a few outfield starts, is also gone, dealing with his own injury issues. 1-1, breaking ball, squirts out of the glove of Rogers and away. Pitch was a ball. 2-1 on Stallman. Bats with sunglasses on today at a very bright Spillane Field. These lights may not need use for a little while. Here's the 2-1, breaking ball, called strike. Stallman started the front right foot, held the full body back, and watched the ball hit the very bottom outside corner. Count runs to 2-2. And now home plate umpire Joe Gravina steps out and has a chat. As of right now, the scoreboard has had a couple of issues today. He's flashed signals up to the scoreboard to get the correct count a few times, but it hasn't been nailed on multiple occasions. Stallman digs back in, ready for the 2-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball off the plate. Full count on Stallman. The A's have had one runner reach so far through the first 5 batters. It was Jackson Freeman on a leadoff error. Past that, nothing else. 3-2. Fastball cut on and missed, strike 3. It's the first strikeout today for T.J. Schlager, his 11th on the season. It sets down Reed Stallman.
Now batting the shortstop, number 1, Isaiah Lane.
Stallman was taken out of last game 2 nights ago with 2 early strikeouts. He was replaced by Musakia. Dennis Cook does not have the same power tonight with only 9 position players. 2 gone for Isaiah Lane, nobody on. Lefty righty, first pitch. Breaking ball high and in, 1-0. Lane still with a long brace on his lower left leg. Pitch tipped back into the glove. Strike one. Chopped the ball off his leg over a week ago at this point, and since then has been wearing that guard on the front left leg to protect him from anything else. Here's the 1-1. Fastball just below the zone. 2-1 on Lane. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Inside again. Schlagerter's been working his way into long counts at this point, but when getting into trouble, he's gotten out of it. No walks, no hits through the first 5. 3-1 count to Lane. Here's the first pitch. Fastball high and in. And just as he has no walks, he puts one on the board. Isaiah Lane makes his way down to first. Top 5 in the Cape League in walks. He keeps his tally at that point, and the A's have a 2-out base runner. With Isaiah Lane on first, it brings up Trace Mazan, 7-hole hitter today for the A's, becoming the everyday second baseman. Left on right. Schlagerter steps off, fires to first. Lane back in time on a head-first slide. Wareham on top of Chatham, 1-0 in the top of the second. Runner on first and 2 gone. Schlagerter has yet to deal to Mazan. Here's the first pitch. Fastball popped up, right side, and it tails foul into the bleachers that nearly surround Wareham in Spillane Field. There are outfield bleachers in Spillane Field. One of the few places that you'll see anybody sitting in the outfield. There's quite a high population there today. Here's the 0-1. Fastball hit in the air, right side, and foul again. Behind on back-to-back, and he faces an 0-2 hole. Schlagerter walks back up the mound. Looks at the runner and deals. Fastball smoked right side, and it's caught. Hayden Yost tracked over from center field into right center. Caught the ball on a line after settling his feet. Sprinted over to the spot and beat the ball. Chatham pushes nothing across after the 2-out walk from Isaiah Lane. It's no runs on no hits, no errors, and the 1 runner left on base for the A's. When we come back, Wareham already with a 1-0 lead sends the bottom of its order to the plate. Sheehan, Kale, and Rogers to face Turner when we return. It's Chatham A's Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod.
As a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League, the Massachusetts State Lottery is celebrating the games we love. From the baseball diamond to the post-game keno with friends, the lottery helps support all 351 cities and towns across the state. The Mass Lottery celebrate the night with keno. Bottom 2 on the Cape Cod Baseball Network and a 1-0 Wareham lead. With Jake Klein, I'm Hudson Ridley. Vance Sheehan leads it off from the right side against Jacob Turner. First pitch, Fastball, he squares to bunt, lays it down, foul, as it bounces onto the grass just left of the third base line. 0-1 on Shane. Martin was a little bit late to charge from third. And now that Cheyenne has already showed bunt, Martin steps well behind the third base bag. 0-1 from Turner. Fastball, called strike. Inner half, 0-2. Turner twists his body back and forth. Now the 0-2. Fastball hit on the ground left side. Martin goes back on it, fields at third. Spins and fires to first. Jackson stretches, and they got him. A spinning throw for Roman Martin to step into one from third. And he gets Sheehan by a step to knock down the leadoff batter in the bottom of the second. That brings up Jack Cale, second baseman from Columbia. The first time the A's have seen Cale this season. Bats from the left side. One gone and nobody on. First pitch, fastball off the plate away. 1 ball and no strikes. On. First pitch, fastball off the plate away. 1 ball and no strikes. Bright yellow. Back right side, fielded on 2 hops by Mazan at second. Slings to first in time. 2 up, 2 down. Chatham defense with back-to-back plays to make. First it's Martin, then it's Mazan. Both getting the job done. 2 up, 2 down for the catcher Drew Rogers. Former catcher for the Brewster Whitecaps. Then when Brewster realized Jamie Shevchuk had too many catchers, they let Rogers go. First pitch, breaking ball in the dirt. 1-0. Ryan Smythe, former assistant under Shevchuk, said, hey, we need a catcher. We'll pick him up. And since then, Rogers has been a consistent part of the Wareham lineup. Here's the 1-0. Fastball inside. 2-0 on Drew Rogers. Turner deals. Fastball called a strike right at the knees. 2-1. Rogers only has 1 long ball on the season this year, and it came against the A's back when he played for Brewster. A shot that ended up narrowing a Chatham win. 2-1. Breaking ball, low and in. 3-1 on Rogers as he takes some practice hacks just outside of the right-handed box. Dade Arambidi futzes with his glove behind the plate and flashes signs to Turner. Agrees on a sign. Now the 3-1. Fastball drills him. Right off the elbow guard. And Rogers spun around as soon as it hit him. Stayed on his feet the whole way.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Christopher Ramirez.
Takes off the batting gear as he limps his way down to first. Two out, base runner on for Wareham. The first hit batter today for either side. Lineup turns over for Chris Ramirez. He's the one that smoked a ball right back at Jacob Turner in the bottom of the second, rather bottom of the first. Drilled directly off him. And he still completed the play as he left the mound, scrambled to find the ball and fired to first. After that, a lengthy check from trainers to make sure Turner was still okay to go. And since then, he stayed in the game to face the other 8 batters of the Wareham lineup. Ramirez bats with 2 gone and a runner on first. Right on right. Turner deals. Fastball called strike. A lot of fastball early in the count from Turner. He's been heavy on the heater throughout his appearances this season. 1-0. Hit on the ground left side. Lane fields at short way to second. Mazan squeezes it, and that's the 3rd out. Ramirez today 0 for 2, as nothing comes across for Wareham. No runs on no hits, no errors, and one left on base for the Gatemen. We make our way to the top of the third inning with one run on the board. Wareham on top of Chatham 1-0 from Spillane Field. Third inning right after this.
Chatham A's on the air.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be a long-standing supporter of the Cape Cod Baseball League and its contribution to the local economy as a treasured summer attraction. Cape Cod 5 is a community bank, serving customers throughout Cape Cod, the islands, and southeastern Mass. Founded in 1855, the bank's mission is to enrich the lives of those it serves while contributing to the health and vitality of its communities. Cape Cod 5 provides a full range of banking solutions, including personal and business banking, residential mortgages, investment management, and trust services. Cape Cod 5, a community bank committed to service. Netting Professionals is proud to be the official netting partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Whether it's batting practice equipment, facility netting, custom wall padding, or so much more, Netting Professionals is the top choice in the industry for facility equipment solutions. Visit nettingpros.com today to learn more. Top of the third on the Cape Cod Baseball Network and a 1-0 lead for Wareham over Chatham. With Jake Klein, I'm Hudson Ridley. It's Jake Hanley, the 8-hole hitter, to lead it off against TJ Schlageter left on left. He's followed by Cade Arambidi and Jackson Freeman. That's 8, 9, and 1 of the A's order. Schlageter rocks back in fourth. His first pitch of the third inning. Breaking ball, called a strike, down and away on Hanley, 0-1. Hanley was originally not in the lineup today, but Carmelo Musakia, dealing with an injury, was scratched. 0-1, breaking ball in the dirt. Bounces off the gear of Rogers, 1-1. Musakia is now done in his time in Chatham, only featured in 3 games. Here's the 0-1, fastball hit in the air. Center field, Yost comes in, now he trots back, and he makes the grab just past his right shoulder. 1 down. Off the bat, Yost started in on that ball. And as soon as it started carrying further and further, he had to put the brakes on, turn around, and head the other way. Hanley's retired. He heads back to the dugout, and it gives way for Cade Arambidi, the last batter to hit in this game. Arambidi from the right side. First pitch from Schlageter. Fastball cut on and missed. Strike 1. Arambidi did not play last game against Bourne, but 2 games ago picked up 2 strikeouts against Hyannis and a 5-4 Chatham win. 0-1, cut on and missed again. Another heater blown by him. It's 0-2 on Arambidi. Stands out of the box, spits to his left, stands back in and widens his stance, leaning on that back leg. Schlageter's 0-2. Fastball swung on and missed. Strike 3. 3 fastballs, 3 swings, 3 misses, 1 strikeout. That is the second today for TJ Schlageter as he K's Arambidi. And it brings up Jackson Freeman with 2 gone. Arambidi venting a few frustrations as he heads back to the dugout. Still no hits today for Chatham. First pitch to the left-handed Freeman. Breaking ball, check swing, but he went around. It's a called strike anyway. 0-1 on Freeman. A 1, fastball popped up, left side, and out of play. Tails over top of the press box that sits directly behind home plate. Arguably the tallest in the Cape Cod Baseball League. 2 levels to it and then an extra little view box on top.
A turret.
I believe they call it the Taj Mahal. Here's the 0-2. Fastball off the plate away, 1-2. Would you call that a turret?
I don't really know what a turret is. I think that's a turret.
I don't either.
You can't actually go up there and look out the windows, though.
No, unless you were on a ladder, and then perhaps you could twist the head around. 1-2 from Schlager. Fastball popped up and out of play, left side. Foul ball keeps it at 1-2 with 2 gone. Nobody on for the A's in the top of the 3rd. Chatham trails Wareham 1-0. That run coming back in the 1st inning. Schlager's 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit in the air, out to right field. Turner back on it, comes in, jogs underneath it to his right now, and he makes the grab. Turner went all over the world for that ball. Started back, came in towards his left, then started trotting to his right, and kept the motion going as he made the grab for the 3rd out. Chatham goes 1-2-3 and gets nothing across in the top of the 3rd. We head to the bottom of the frame with Wareham in front. It is 1-0 Gatemen on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham A's on the air.
Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League and shares a reminder that when you donate blood, you give someone the gift of life. Blood donated through Cape Cod Healthcare benefits your friends, family, and neighbors across Cape Cod. Learn more and schedule a donation appointment at www.capecodhealth.org/give-blood. Cape Cod Healthcare, commitment, caring, and community. Back for the bottom of the 3rd on the Cape Cod Baseball Network, and then Jacob Turner is back out for his 3rd inning. Manager Dennis Cook says he's thrown a lot of strikes this year and done his job, but he wants him to get to that 4th inning where the Major League-style bullpen can finally kick in for the A's. Chatham got to see a little bit of it a few games ago when the A's faced Hyannis, but other than that, it's been some short starts which have derailed a few of the bullpen ideas. It's 2, 3, and 4 for Wareham. Hayden Yost, Chris McHugh, and Chase Cruson. Yost to lead it off, bats from the left side. First pitch from Jacob Turner. Fastball away, 1-0. He's gone to the outside edge on lefties with the fastball. 1-0. Fastball drilled right side and deep. Freeman over, back towards the wall, and he watches it fly. Hayden Yost gets every bit of a fastball from Turner and deposits it over the center field wall. Wareham on top 2-0 after the solo shot. Bottom of the 3rd. Both of those runs today have been from Hayden Yost. He had a double back in the 1st inning, which was really a single that he stretched into a double, came around to score, and now he brings himself in on a leadoff solo shot. First pitch to McHugh. Right-hander takes strike 1 at the knees. 0-1. Turner back into the windup. Pitch. Grounded left side. Martin charges from 3rd. Picks it up and throws to 1st. A stretch from Jackson. It's out of his glove. McHugh is safe at 1st. It was an off-balance throw from Martin that still was certainly playable for Jackson, but it just hit him square in the glove and dropped out. Back-to-back runners reaching for the Gatemen. Nobody gone and a runner on 1st. It's Chase Cruson. Bats from the left-handed box. Turner looks over at McHugh. First pitch. Fastball, he squares to bunt, pitches low. Gloved by Aaron Beatty. He jumped out of his squat and thought about backpicking McHugh, but he stays put on first base. Martin even with the bag at third, slowly retreating, and now stops. 1-0, no square. Fastball off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes.
Intern Colin, please report to the press box. And Gatemen intern Colin to the press box, please.
Runner on and nobody gone for Wareham in the bottom of the third. Already a run across for the Gatemen in the inning. It's 2-0. 2-0 pitch. Fastball, check swing, called strike. Turner gets some encouragement from Jay Powell from the dugout. The A's do not have a lot of arms to go to today. Only 3 options. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball hit on the ground right side. Gloved by Mazan. His only play is to first. He throws and gets the runner. Cruson is retired, and McHugh moves up to second base. It was hit to the left of Mazan. He had to scramble over to get it. And by the time he reached it, there would have been no double play option. All he had was Cruson at first. He's retired on the fielder's choice. It's a runner in scoring position for Wareham. 1 gone in the bottom of the third. Caden McDonald, the designated hitter from the right side. Pitch clock starts ticking down for Turner. Now comes set. He delivers. Fastball downstairs, right at the feet of McDonald. 1-0. Pair of big hitting Florida teammates in the lineup. McDonald is one of them, Hayden Yost the other, who already has 2 extra base hits today, including a solo shot home run earlier in this inning. 1-0, fastball hit in the air, out to left field. Stallman goes back, that one's way out of here. Bounces in the left field bleachers, and it brings in 2. Gatemen extend the lead 4-0. Wareham on top of Chatham in the bottom of the third. Both Florida teammates now with a home run today, both in this inning. Chatham just struggling to keep runs off the board game to game. Last game it was 6 given up against Bourne. The game before, only 4 against Hyannis, a game that Chatham won, but coming into today, that's the only game the A's have won in the last 5 meetings. It's Colby Turner from the right side. First pitch, fastball, called a strike. 0-1 on Colby Turner. McDonald's home run brought in McHugh. 0-1, breaking ball, below the zone. Aaron Beatty tried to square it back up, but couldn't drift it back into the zone. It's 1-1. Turner breathing heavy on the mound. Is 1-1. Fastball cut on and missed. 1-2. Nobody on and 1 gone for Colby Turner. Creeps up in the box. The 1-2. Breaking ball cut on and missed. Strike 3. Turner started the feet forward in the right-handed box to try to put a charge into one. He got a breaking ball, still offered, and it dipped underneath his bat for strike 3. Almost a softball-esque swing to run up in the box. Saw that a few nights ago. First pitch to Sheehan, grounded at the plate off his body and foul.
That was a Happy Gilmore swing.
The Orioles were on top of the Rockies 17-0 and hit a Happy Gilmore swing home run off a position player. Colby Turner attempted the same thing there for the first strikeout of the day from Jacob Turner. 0-1, grounded left side and foul. Bounces off the protective netting. That's just to the left of home plate. 0-2 on Sheehan.
I expect there might be some position players pitching at the end of this Cape League regular season.
Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball inside. 1 and 2, especially for the teams that would have nothing to play for.
Yeah, Chatham plays Harwich the last game of the season. It's distinctly possible that neither team is playing for anything in that game. Harwich could have locked up the 1 seed.
1-2 pitch. Breaking ball cut on and missed, strike 3. Jacob Turner ends the frame on back-to-back strikeouts. But a flurry of runs continuing for Wareham early. The Gatemen put up 3 in the frame, coming on 2 hits, no errors, rather 1 error, and leaving nobody left on base. Chatham down early, a 4-0 Wareham lead as we head to the 4th inning. And the A's so far have yet to get a hit, only runners reaching on an error and a walk. And in jeopardy of dropping 5 of 6, the A's offense needs to turn it around early on. TJ Schlageter back to the mound when we return. He faces Freilich, Roman Martin, and Reed Stallman on the other side. It's Chatham A's Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Sports Radio, play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on GRC.
Welcome back to Spillane Field for the top of the 4th, and Jake Klein has your middle innings.
All right, Hudson. We start the 4th. It is Wareham 4, Chatham nothing at Spillane Field. A's in danger of dropping their 5th game in the last 6 tries. And to start the 4th, the lefty TJ Schlageter faces the righty hitting Daniel Jackson. First pitch, breaking ball misses upstairs. A ball and no strikes. Jackson 0 for 1. He popped out to the third baseman Sheehan his first time up. Schlageter's 1-0. Fastball inside. 2 balls and no strikes on Daniel Jackson. Schlageter, who had been one of Wareham's relief aces, making his first Wareham start tonight. He's through 3 scoreless. 2-0. It slips out of his hands, bounces about 10 feet in front of the mound, and rolls onto the third base line. That is about as far as you can get from throwing a strike, I suppose, other than throwing it backwards.
I don't know what kind of pitch that is, but probably not one he wants to throw again.
Breaking ball. Broke a little too early.
Yeah, who knows? If so, that has a lot of vertical movement to go straight to the ground.
3-0 on the right-handed hitting Jackson. Schlageter nods. He winds up and delivers. High, ball 4. Daniel Jackson walks on 4 pitches, and Chatham has the leadoff man on in the top of the 4th. Still so hot in Wareham. It's finally dipped below 90 degrees for the first time in several hours. You wonder if that's just a sweaty hand from
It has
Schlageter.
to be. He's been pushing at his pants and futzing at his jersey. Same with Chatham starter Jacob Turner, both trying to clear sweat off the hands.
So runner on first with nobody out. 4-0 Wareham in the top of the 4th. And the first pitch to Freilich. Fastball called a strike, outside corner. 0-1. So we were discussing Schlageter, who entered the game with a 0.77 ERA and 11 2/3 innings out of the bullpen. 0-1. Fastball upstairs. Freilich holds off. It's 1-1. Ryan Smythe, the Wareham manager, says he envisions Schlageter as a playoff starting pitcher for these Gatemen. Left-handers 1-1. Breaking ball just off the plate away. 2 balls and a strike on Freilich. And so he wanted to get Schlageter's feet wet starting in tonight's game and then get him ready to possibly start the playoff opener. 2-1. Fastball just below the knees. 3 balls and a strike on Freilich. Cape League playoffs begin on August 5th. Final day of the regular season is the 3rd. 3-1, fastball lined into center field, a base hit. Jackson trots up to second. Freilich is aboard with Chatham's first hit of the night. And the A's have their first 2 men on in the top of the 4th. And before the right-handed hitting Roman Martin steps to the plate, the Wareham catcher Drew Rogers goes out to the mound to chat with the starter TJ Schlageter. There is no action in the Wareham bullpen. Elevated above the left field fence by the outfield bleachers, just behind the left field foul pole. You can see the heads of a couple of Wareham relievers sticking up over the fence, one sitting on the back wall, but nobody warming, and now the Wareham pitching coach comes out. This is a separate visit. Drew Rogers, the catcher, went out to the mound, returned behind home plate, and then the pitching coach came out to gather the entire infield. And the home plate umpire, Joe Gravina, took his notebook out, put it back in after he wrote down the Rogers visit, and then wrote down another one. So Wareham charged with 2 visits, and they're going to make a pitching change. The day is done for TJ Schlageter. He leaves with Wareham in front of Chatham 4-0, but leaves runners on first and second with nobody out in the top of the 4th. Right-hander comes in to face the righty Roman Martin. When we come back, you're listening to Chatham A's Baseball. Wareham in front of Chatham 4-0 at Spillane Field on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRZ, Cape Cod.
Did you write the book of love, and do you have faith in God above? If the Bible tells you so. Do you believe in rock and roll? Can music save your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? Well, I know that you're in love with him, 'cause I saw you dancing in the gym. You both kicked off your shoes. Man, I dig those rhythm and blues. I was a lonely teenage bronc and buck with a pink carnation and a pickup truck. But I knew I was out of luck the day the music died. I started singing Bye Bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye and singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Now for 10 years we've been on our own, and moss grows fat on a road.
For over 100 years, Rogers Gray has helped protect Cape Cod families and businesses. Now, as the Baldwin Group, they're the same home team with a new name on the jersey. From your first car to your dream home to your business venture, the Baldwin Group brings expanded resources as your insurance partner in protecting the possible with the same local service you trust. The Baldwin Group is proud to be the official insurance partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit baldwin.com/RogersGray to learn more. After TJ Schlageter is abruptly removed from the game with runners on first and second and nobody out, Wareham ahead 4-0 in the top of the 1st, calls upon the Troy right-hander, Tommy Egan, 6 feet, 200 pounds. He makes his Cape League debut. Diamond side at Spillane Field with Hudson, Ridley. I'm Jake Klein. Wareham has jumped out to a 4-0 lead, aided by 2 third-inning home runs. Now Chatham has runners on first and second with nobody out for Roman Martin. Egan deals. Fastball outside, 1-0. Daniel Jackson off of second. He worked a walk, followed by the Freilich single. Chase Freilich on first. 1-0. Fastball called a strike, outside corner. A ball and a strike. Meanwhile, the right center field scoreboard read 3-2. So the home plate umpire, Joe Gravina, puts the fingers up in the air, says, no, it's 1-1. Egan comes to a set, looks at the runner at second. 1-1. Runners go, pitches a fastball high, the throw down to third, got him. Daniel Jackson thrown out by a mile. The high fastball was not the pitch to run on. Rogers throws him out. Freilich does move up to second, but Jackson is caught stealing for the second time on the Cape League season, and there is one away.
Just a beautiful throw from Rogers, too. Not just the timing and getting the perfect pitch to throw down, but he put it in the perfect spot for Sheehan to just lay the glove down right in front of the feet of Jackson, in front of the bag.
So runner on second with one out. 2-1 to Martin. High again. 3 balls and a strike on the righty. Aggressive decision from the Chatham coaching staff to try the double steal there, trailing by 4 in the top of the 4th inning. And with 2 runners on base at the same time for the first time today. 3-1 to Martin. Fastball check swing, called a strike on the outside corner. Count goes full on the right-handed hitter. Martin today 0 for 1. He grounded out to the shortstop Ramirez his first time out. That was against the lefty Schlageter in the second. Runner on second with 1 out. 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Chatham, in a matter of just 4 pitches, goes from first and second, nobody out, to runner on second, 2 out. And the left-handed hitting Reed Stallman comes to the plate to try to pick up the runner in scoring position. Stallman today 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout against the starter Schlageter. Now in a right-on-left matchup against the right-handed reliever Tommy Egan. First pitch. Fastball upstairs, 1-0. Sun starting to sink further and further behind Wareham Middle School, which runs parallel to the left field line at Spillane Field. Egan set. 1-0. Fastball, broken bat, pop up into right center field. The center fielder Yost coasts over, and he makes the grab in the gap to end the inning. So Chatham puts its first 2 runners on, but then the caught stealing by Jackson, strikeout by Martin, and Stallman's flyout ends the inning. No Chatham runs on the A's first hit of the day. No errors and 1 man left on base. After 3.5 at Spillane Field, the hosts, the Wareham Gatemen, lead the visiting Chatham A's 4-0. Don't go anywhere. It's the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRZ, Cape Cod.
For sales and rentals of Caterpillar machinery, generators, and marine engines, visit MiltonCat.com, your area cat dealer. Milton Cat, the Cape and Islands Caterpillar dealer, is proud to be a sponsor of today's game. To the bottom of the 4th at Spillane Field, it's the Wareham Gatemen 4 and the Chatham A's 0. With Hudson Ridley, I'm Jake Klein. Right-hander Jacob Turner of Bowling Green goes back out to the mound for Chatham. His first pitch to the lefty hitting Vance Shayen, or rather Jack Cale, is chopped foul on the first base side, rolls past the bag. And it is no balls and a strike on the lefty hitting Cale. Second baseman from Columbia, just added to the Gatemen roster a couple of days ago. 0-1 to him. Tapped up the middle. Lane charges at short. 1 foot on the infield grass. He throws in time to retire Cale at first. 1 away. Cale now 0 for 2 with ground outs to second and short. Still Wareham 4 and Chatham nothing in the bottom of the fourth. Now nobody on and 1 away as the right-handed hitting 9-hole hitter Drew Rogers comes up. Right on right matchup. Rogers hit by a pitch his first time up against Turner. The pitch, grounded left side. Lane plays it on a backhand in the hole. Off balance throw to first. Pulls Jackson off the bag, but he slaps the tag on the runner's back. It pulled Jackson up the line, back toward home plate. And he windmilled the glove around and got it onto Rogers' back to complete the 6-3 putout, and there are 2 away. Wareham 4, Chatham nothing, bottom of the fourth. Nobody on with 2 out, and the order turns over for the leadoff man, Chris Ramirez. First pitch in the dirt. Aaron Beatty grabs it as a puff of dirt pops up from underneath his glove. It's a ball and no strikes on Ramirez. Tonight 0 for 2. The pitch, down and away on the breaking ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Turner lost his footing on the follow-through and stumbled almost down the side of the mound. Count goes to 2-0. Right-hander winds the pitch. Fastball called a strike. Outer third, it's 2-1. Jay Powell encouraging Jacob Turner to pitch to contact. Elicited 2 ground outs in the inning. The pitch, breaking ball catches the bottom of the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Turner a pitch away from working a 1-2-3 bottom of the fourth. Ramirez digs in, back of the right-handed box. The 2-2. Breaking ball grounded up the middle. Mazan plays it on a backhand from behind the second base bag. He throws. Jackson stretches, but it gets past him and rolls up against the side fencing. Ramirez turns towards second, but decides to stay at first. And he scampers back as Jackson chases it down in foul territory, and the inning continues. Turner got the ground ball he needed for that 1-2-3 inning. Mazan's throw forced Jackson to stretch out toward right field, and it just tipped off the end of his glove and rolled to the backstop. They give Ramirez a single. Runner on first, 2 out for Hayden Yost. First pitch. Fastball off the plate away, 1-0. Had Mazan's throw been on target, Ramirez would have been out. 1-0 to Yost. Runner goes, pitches a fastball outside, the throw to second. Safe. The throw seemed to beat Ramirez, pulled Lane a little bit onto the first base side of second as he got the tag on the feet of Ramirez, who slid in head first. Initially, Dennis Cook, the Chatham manager, stepped out in front of home plate, or in front of the Chatham dugout, I should say, but then retreated back into the dugout. So the count 2-0 on the lefty hitting Yost. And ahead of the pitch, Turner steps off. Right-hander set. Deals to Yost. Fastball called a strike, 2 balls and a strike. Yost hit a home run on a line drive just over the center field fences last time up. He's 2 for 2 with a couple of extra base hits. Also doubled in the first and came around to score. He's responsible for half of Wareham's runs on the day. Turner delivers. Breaking ball in the dirt. Yost checks his swing as the ball goes under Aaron Beatty's glove and rolls to the warning track in front of the backstop. But the runner stays put. Ramirez does not advance. Imagine he must not have had a great look at that.
That would have been easy third base had he known.
Runner on second with 2 out, 4-0 Wareham in the bottom of the fourth. Turner home. Fastball chopped on the ground right side. Mazan over to the first base hole to grab it. He throws on the run in time to retire Yost. So Turner does not get the 1-2-3 inning after the 2-out infield single by Ramirez. But Yost grounds out 4-3, and Turner faces one more than the minimum. It is no Wareham runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base after 4 at Spillane Field. It's Wareham 4 and Chatham 0. You're listening to Chatham A's Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRZ, Cape Cod.
Like tell you about now, baby. You know she comes around. Just about 5 feet 4, from her head to the ground. You know she comes around here just about midnight. She make her feel so good, Lord. She make her feel alright. And her name is G. L. Whoa.
Quincy College is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League and celebrate the students chasing their dreams on and off the field. Quincy College, Plymouth, Quincy, and online. Let's get to work. For sales and rentals of Caterpillar machinery, generators, and marine engines, visit MiltonCat.com, your area cat dealer. Milton Cat, the Cape and Islands Caterpillar dealer, is proud to sponsor today's game. Right-handed hitting Isaiah Lane leads off the top of the fifth for Chatham. It's the Wareham Gatemen 4 and the Chatham A's 0 as the right-handed reliever Tommy Egan comes back to the mound. He was on for all 3 outs in the top half of the fourth, although he did come in mid-inning. Right-on-right matchup with Lane, the 6-hole hitter. First pitch from Egan. Swing and a miss at a low changeup. It's 0-1. It's Lane, Mazan, and Hanley, righty, lefty. 6, 7, 8 in the Chatham order against the right-hander Egan. 0-1 to Lane. Breaking ball called a strike, inside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Wareham scored a run in the first on a run-scoring ground out by Chase Cruson, who legged out what otherwise could have been an inning-ending double play. 0-2 is tapped foul behind home plate. It hits the catcher Rogers right in that navy blue chest protector. He walks it up down the first base line, picks it up and returns to his spot behind home plate. So after the run-scoring ground out off Cruson's bat in the first, Wareham scored 3 in the third on Hayden Yost's solo home run and Caden McDonald's 2-run shot. Both on line drives, both that got out of here in a hurry. Nobody on, nobody out. 0-2 to Lane. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout out of the bullpen for Tommy Egan, and there's one away in the top of the fifth. Lights are now on at Spillane Field. There are 8 towers across the ballpark, 4 in the outfield, 4 along the sides. Nobody on, 1 out. First pitch to Trace Mazan. On the way, fastball called a strike right at the letters. 0-1. Several of the light towers have bulbs out, which has been an issue here in the past. 0-1. Fastball clocked toward right. It twists foul and lands just shy of home run distance near the right field foul pole, about 20 feet wide. And it's 0-2 on Mazan.
He's been making great contact through his first 2 at-bats. Back in the first, line out to center, but before that, couple balls drilled towards that right field corner that missed by only a few feet.
In an 0-2 hole, Egan comes home. Breaking ball down and away. A ball and 2 strikes. Egan set again. The 1-2, high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The light tower beyond straightaway left field has 12 bulbs. 2 are out. There are also 12 bulbs on the right field tower. 4 are out. 2-2. Fastball lined foul to the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 seasons ago in 2023, Chatham and Wareham had a game here suspended because they went to turn the lights on in the middle of the game and 2 of the entire towers did not turn on. 2-2 to Mazan. Breaking ball chopped foul just wide of third. Third baseman Sheehan ranges into foul territory to grab it, but it stays 2-2 on Mazan. And that was just days before the Gatemen hosted the 2023 All-Star Game.
So you're telling me it wasn't the first of the month?
No. It was, at one point, a question of whether they'd have to move the All-Star Game into a daylight time. They ended up fixing it on time. Another 2-2 to Mazan. Upstairs, and the count goes full. Right now, still pretty sunny, although the sun itself has ducked behind the building, still illuminating the pale blue sky. 3-2. Fastball clocked out to left, but right at Cruson. He takes a step back and makes the catch by his right side for the second out. Mazan hits another one hard, and he's now lined out to center and left, and there are 2 away in the top of the 5th. Wareham 4, Chatham nothing in the top of the 5th. Nobody on and 2 out as the left-handed hitting Jake Hanley steps in. Right-hander Egan delivers. Fastball called a strike, high outside corner, 0-1. A 1 pitch, swing and a miss at a low fastball. It's 0-2. The light tower in right center also has 4 bulbs out. It's really the outfield ones that are struggling the most. 0-2 to Hanley. Fastball downstairs. He checks his swing and upon appeal holds off. A ball and 2 strikes on Hanley. Egan set, shakes off, shakes again. Shakes a 3rd time and a 4th before he nods. Now comes set. 1-2. Downstairs. Change up. That bounced just before the catcher Rogers' glove. Hanley evens the count up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Egan nods quickly this time. He winds up and deals 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 more strikeouts for Tommy Egan out of the Wareham bullpen. He works a 1-2-3 top of the 5th. Nothing across for the A's. We're halfway home from Spillane Field in Wareham. After 4.5, it is Wareham 4 and Chatham nothing on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
The Cape's leader, sports radio, play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on TIC, Cape Cod. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, give me all a prayer. Take my hand,
Back at Spillane Field in Wareham, the host Gatemen lead the Chatham A's 4-0 as we enter the bottom of the 5th. And the A's right-handed starter Jacob Turner comes back out for his 5th inning of work. Faces 3, 4, and 5 in the Gatemen order, starting with the right-handed hitting Chris McHugh. First pitch, changeup, downstairs. Came across above the knees of the right-handed hitter, who glances back and smiles to home plate umpire Joe Gravina. 1-0. Breaking ball chopped foul off the net backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a new net backstop in Wareham. And when I say new, I mean new this season. Major changes at Spillane Field. 1-1. Fastball line foul. Down the left field line toward the goalpost, which is not one of the things that changed. Football goalpost still stands inside the fencing that encircles the playing field at Spillane Field, but a white line demarcates that's out of play. 1-2, chopped on the ground to third. Martin plays on the backhand, long throw to first, gets past Jackson at first, and skips off the side fencing by the A's dugout. McHugh turns and goes for second, and there is a runner on second for Wareham with nobody out. Not the first time today Jackson has stretched out before the throw has arrived and then had it tip off his glove. If you talk to most coaches, they'll tell you you want to wait with 2 feet on the base and stretch toward the ball once the throw is made rather than stretching early and then having to adjust while your foot is already extended. That's what Jackson did there, and it causes him a second error of the day at first on an on-target throw from Roman Martin. So runner on second with nobody out for the 4-hole hitter Chase Cruson. The pitch, fastball called a strike, inside corner, 0-1.
Jackson plays catcher at Georgia and then outfield. Not a lot of first.
And they've actually charged the error to Martin.
Wow. Ooh.
Third Chatham error of the day. 0-1, fastball low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I don't really know the thought process there, but, you know, those things can be appealed.
Runner on second, nobody out. 4-0 Wareham, bottom of the 5th. 1-1 pitch. Fastball off the plate away. 2 balls and a strike. The entire infield at Spillane Field now cast in shadow from the school building behind the third base dugout. 2-1. Tapped foul behind home plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Turner looks in for the sign. Comes set. Doesn't check the runner, now looks his way. The pitch. Chopped right side. Mazan charges. Off-balance throw to first in time to retire Cruson, but it moves the runner McHugh up to third with 1 out. Third infield ground out of the day by Cruson. 2 to short, or rather 1 to short and 2 to second. And now there is a runner on third with 1 out for Caden McDonald, who's already homered in the game. He's 2 for 2 with a single and that long ball in the third that made it 4-0. First pitch, high, 1-0. Turner set again, 1-0. Chopped foul toward the Wareham dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. Talked some about the changes at Spillane Field. Totally new situation behind home plate. What once was a distant, high chain link backstop that went right up against the press box now has a new look. Turner's 1-1. Breaking ball, line to Mazan at second. He leaps and makes the grab. He took away an RBI hit from Caden McDonald, and there are 2 gone.
Just a back shoulder, full extension, one-hander over the head. It was pretty.
McHugh retreats to third with 2 out. Wareham ahead of Chatham 4-0 in the bottom of the 5th, and the right-handed hitting Colby Turner steps in. The pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, skips past Aaron Beatty high off the backstop. McHugh comes in to score. Wild pitch plates another Wareham run. It is 5-0 Gatemen in the bottom of the 5th.
Yet another run that won't be counted against Jacob Turner, too. Both times McHugh has come in to score today, they have been off of errors. So both runs scored by McHugh are unearned to the starter Jacob Turner.
Pitch to Turner, lined out toward left. Stallman comes in, plays it on a hop. Nearly gets past him as he reaches out. But he stabs it to keep Turner at first with a 2-out line drive single. And the hit parade just keeps on moving for the Gatemen. That is their 7th hit in the first 4 2/3 innings of the game. They lead Chatham 5-0 in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch to Vance Sheehan. Changeup called a strike, bottom of the zone, 0-1. Right-hander Turner set. Checks the runner on first. The 0-1. Fastball called a strike. Outside corner 0-2. Turner ready. Lifts the left leg and deals. In the dirt, Aaron Beatty blocks it. Runner goes for second. The throw down into center field. Turner gets up and runs toward third. He stops and goes back. He advances to second on the pitch in the dirt from Turner. An on-target throw would have made it a close play, but as Mazan, the second baseman, raced over to cover the bag, he had to lunge back toward the first base side of second just to have a chance at it, and it skipped under his glove and into center. Turner moves up on the wild pitch. Count goes to a ball and 2 strikes on the right-handed hitting Vance Sheehan at the plate. Set to transfer from the University of South Carolina upstate to the University of Miami. (5-0) Wareham, bottom of the 5th. Runner on second with 2 out. 1-2 to Sheehan. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Turner blows the fastball by him and ends the inning. But Wareham gets another run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. We're done with 5 at Wareham Spillane Field. It's the Gatemen 5, and the Chatham A's nothing. Don't go anywhere. It's the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham A's on the air.
I got so down and out in Frisco, tired of the pills and the rain. I picked up headed for the sunshine. I left a good thing behind. Seemed all of our love was in vain. Now my baby's coming in on the Tucson train. I come here looking for a new life, one I wouldn't have to explain. That voice that keeps me awake at night, one little piece would make everything right. If I could just turn off my brain. But now my baby's coming in on the Tucson train. We fought hard over
Back at Spillane Field, Chatham and Wareham start the 6th, and it's a Chatham Bars Inn call to the bullpen for the Gatemen. They bring on the right-hander, Klein, a New Orleans native out of the University of Louisiana Monroe, and he makes his Cape League debut. Second consecutive Wareham reliever, making his first appearance, and Clayton enters with a 5-0 lead in the top of the 6th. With Hudson Ridley, I'm Jake Klein. It's Aaron Beatty, Freeman, and Jackson, 9-1 and 2 in the Chatham order to face the right-hander Clayton out of ULM. Aaron Beatty comes up first from the right side. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout that came against the lefty starter TJ Schlageter. Clayton set. First pitch to Aaron Beatty. Popped up, foul territory, and out of play on the first base side of home plate. It is 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. Fastball muscled foul in the air over the Chatham dugout on the first base side. 0-2. Hudson, we were talking about some of the changes at Spillane Field. The new backstop has padding all the way around from dugout to dugout. The dugouts themselves are also new, although they are not dug out. They're ground level. 0-2. Popped up on the infield. Shortstop Ramirez comes in. Couple of steps left of the second base bag. He shuffles backwards and makes the catch by his left shoulder for the first down. 6 consecutive Chatham hitters have been retired. There's one out in the top of the 6th. Wareham still in front, 5-0.
The backstop now, too, is awfully close. Chase Freilich remarked at it today how close that backstop is to home plate.
But they've pulled it several feet off of the press box. Like I said, the old backstop used to be right up against the press box. First pitch to Freeman. Flied to left field. Cruson chases it toward the corner. He pulls up and makes the catch, gliding into foul ground in front of the foul pole. Jackson Freeman flies out, and there are 2 away. So the new backstop is certainly much closer to home plate. It can't be more than 20 or 30 feet from home plate to backstop, but it is padded, and it's got some new, very taut netting that rises above that short 5-foot-high backstop and runs past the dugouts to left and right field. First pitch to Jackson. Breaking ball called a strike on the inside corner. 0-1. Daniel Jackson tonight is 0 for 1. He popped out to third and walked, but was caught stealing. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. And the other nice new addition to Spillane Field is that because they moved the backstop away from the press box, they've added a grassy area behind home plate, which is certainly a nice addition. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and just nicked foul to the backstop. Stays no balls and 2 strikes on Jackson.
Jake, when we were here for game 3 of the season, it wasn't just us who liked it. It was the Bugs, too.
Yeah,
now
those
bugs.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Seemingly disappeared during the daytime. Maybe at night they come back out.
Another 0-2. Fastball called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. And Clayton works a 1-2-3 inning in his Cape League debut and picks up his first strikeout. Another 1-2-3 inning for Wareham pitching. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the A's in the top of the 6th. We'll go to the bottom half. It is 8-9-1 for the Gatemen straight ahead.
Chatham A's on the air.
Hi, this is Jackson Freeman from Northwestern University. You're listening to Chatham A's Baseball with Jake Klein and Hudson Ridley on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Back at Spillane Field in Wareham to the bottom of the 6th, and Chatham makes a Chatham Barzin call to the bullpen. The A's call on the 6'6" left-hander Will Patterson out of Tyler Junior College to make his A's debut. He comes in at 6'6", 235 pounds. He's a Texas native who transfers from Tyler Junior College, where he plays for TJC head coach and Chatham assistant Brett Doe. And he will transfer for next season to Abilene Christian University up to the D1 level. He makes his first A's appearance after he arrived into town late Sunday night after the Chatham game against Bourne was basically over. And so he did not appear in that game, took the day off with the rest of the team yesterday, and now makes his Chatham debut today. Left-on-left matchup with Jack Kale. First pitch misses outside, 1-0. Left-hander comes set. The pitch. Fastball chopped on the ground, foul just wide of first, in between the bag and the coaching box. Spray painted onto the grass in foul territory. Wareham's first base coach, who's probably about 20 feet in back of that designated box, picks it up and tosses it in. 1-1, high with the fastball, 2-1.
Patterson is one of just 4 arms in the pen today that can go. He was likely to be the first, and that is the case.
2-1. Fastball tagged out to center field. Freeman sprints in. He pulls up and plays it on a hop, and it bounces over his head. He got a piece of it so it stays near him. He picks it up and throws it in, and Kale stops at first with a leadoff single.
Freeman's lucky that got a piece of him, too. It was a wide turnaround first from Kale. If that had bounced directly over his head and past him, Kale's up to second.
It bounced so close to him that he almost certainly could have caught it with a dive or a slide. Instead, played it on a hop. Right-handed hitting Drew Rogers in. First pitch, inside, 1-0. Kale, 1 of 3, leads off of first with nobody out. 1-0 the count on Rogers. Left-hander home. Fastball drilled over short and into the left center field gap, a base hit. Kale turns around second as the ball goes all the way up near the wall. Kale slides headfirst into third, and Rogers pulls into second with a double. Back-to-back Wareham hits greet Will Patterson out of the Chatham bullpen. The Gatemen up 5-0 in the bottom of the 6th, and threatening for more with runners on second and third, and nobody out. Top of the Gatemen order as the right-hander Chris Ramirez steps into the box. Patterson stares in. Gets the sign from his catcher, Kate Arambidi. First pitch to Ramirez. Fastball inside. Arambidi drops it. 1-0. Runners lead off of second and third with nobody out. 1-0. Fastball flied into right center field. Hanley sprints after it in the gap. He reaches up and makes the running catch. Kale tags from third. He comes in to score. Rogers moves up to third. It's a sacrifice fly and an RBI for Chris Ramirez. Wareham extends the lead to 6-0 in the bottom of the 6th.
Hanley did not take a beeline to that ball either. He still had to make the grab on the run. Got to it in plenty of time, but did not showcase a whole lot of speed in right field. This is the first time he's played right all year. He was not supposed to start in that spot. It was supposed to be Carmelo Musakia today.
Chatham just tried a hidden ball trick at third base, and nearly got the runner Rogers, and now they're calling a balk. Roman Martin held on to a ball that was put out of play, tried to fake get Rogers by tagging him with a ball when another had already been thrown to the pitcher. So Chatham had 2 balls in play at the same time. That's apparently a balk, and a run comes home to score. 7-0 Wareham in the bottom of the 6th. That is a new one.
I can't say I have ever seen that happen.
What is the point of trying that if there's already a ball in the pitcher's hand? First pitch to Hayden Yost, upstairs, 1-0.
See, if it works, that's very fun. If it doesn't like that, then that is...
Well, how's it going to work?
I mean, you got to realize the situation.
1-0. Breaking ball grounded right side. Jackson scampers over from first. He boots it, and the runner reaches. It's an E3, the second error of the day against Daniel Jackson, and the 4th error tonight for Chatham. Yost reaches first with 1 out.
Now batting the first baseman, number 36, Chris McHugh from North Carolina State.
It was kind of an in-between ground ball between the first and second baseman. Jackson came off of the first base line to try to grab it. Skipped up off the heel of his glove, and by the time he picked it up, he had no play. First pitch to Chris McHugh. Breaking ball called a strike. Dunks over the heart of the zone. It's 0-1. A 1 pitch. Fastball high. 1-1. I'm still trying to make sense of that hidden ball trick.
I mean, my goodness.
Even if Martin tags the runner when he's off the base at third, which it looked like he did.
Yeah.
The pitcher is literally holding another ball. 2-0. Outside.
The only explanation would be that Martin just did not know Patterson had a ball. And how would that be possible? Because everything was stationary. Patterson had his glove set.
2-1 pitch. Fastball popped up. Foul territory on the first base side. It trails out of play into the bleachers. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes on the right-handed hitting McHugh. Yeah, that ball that Martin had was the one that Hanley caught on the sacrifice fly in right field. Chatham threw it in to third base where the runner Rogers had advanced, although well late. And I think everyone just assumed Martin would throw it out of play, so a new ball was put in play. 2-2. Breaking ball outside. Count goes full. And instead of throwing it out of play to the Wareham dugout, because the pitcher already had a new one, Martin just held on to it and then tried the hidden ball trick. 3-2 to McHugh. Fastball chopped left side on the infield grass lane. Can't play it on the short hop. It rolls under his glove and into shallow left. Everybody's safe, but the runners stay at first and second with 1 out. Lane didn't get the glove all the way down. Tried to play it on the short hop, and it just trickled into left. Mazan wisely raced into left center field from second to keep Yost at third. First and second with 1 out. Left-handed hitting Chase Cruson in. First pitch. Breaking ball lined fair. Past first and down the right field line. Yost turns third. He comes in to score standing. The throw goes into the cutoff man. Chase Cruson hits an RBI single into right. It's a 3-run inning for Wareham, and the Gatemen lead 8-0 in the bottom of the 6th.
And now all of a sudden, your mind starts to think about the dreaded run rule. The A's have faced it once this season, just over a week ago against Harwich. Is a 10-run lead after 7 innings, and right now it's an 8-0 lead for Wareham with 1 gone in the bottom of the 6th. That is certainly possible with runners on.
Jay Powell, the Chatham pitching coach, goes out to the mound for a visit. Caleb Freeman, the right-hander, is warming in the Chatham bullpen beyond the right field fence. Now, the last single by Cruson also moved McHugh up to second. So Wareham has runners on first and second with 1 out. And Hudson, those are the 2 runs they need to bring in. If McHugh scores from second and Cruson from first in this half inning, Wareham will be 3 outs away from a run rule victory.
Yeah, all they would have to do is get past the top of the 7th because, of course, up 10, you wouldn't need to bat again. And even if Chatham puts up a run, 2 runs, all Wareham would need to do is answer in that bottom of the 7th, and the game would still end. The A's right now, not in good shape.
Right-handed hitting Caden McDonald stands in. 2 for 3 with a home run. Patterson delivers. Fastball called a strike, outside corner, 0-1. Patterson has retired just 1 of the first 6 batters he's faced in his Cape League debut. Left-handers 0-1. Fastball low, right near the knees of the right-handed hitter. But the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners lead off of first and second with 1 out. 1-1. Breaking ball called a strike, outer third. A ball and 2 strikes. After McDonald, the right-handed hitting Colby Turner of the University of Michigan waits on deck. One-two. Runner goes from second. The pitch is outside, and McHugh is into third, standing without a throw. Stolen base puts runners on the corners with 1 out, but the trailing runner, Chase Cruson, stays at first. So there are runners on the corners with 1 out. 2-2. Upstairs, the count goes full on McDonald. He's a two-way player who's also pitched quite a bit for Wareham. He's logged 21 2/3 innings. That is second among active Wareham players in innings pitched. 3-2, outside ball 4. The bases are loaded. As McDonald walks, Cruson moves up to second. Now the bases are full of Gatemen, still only 1 out. Wareham ahead of Chatham 8-0 in the bottom of the 6th. Right-handed hitting Colby Turner from Michigan digs in. Base is loaded, 1 out. Left against right, Patterson comes home. Fastball hammered, left center field. Freeman sprints back in front of the wall. He pulls up and makes the grab. Runners tag from second and third. They move up as the throw goes into second. Colby Turner lines a sacrifice fly into left center field. McHugh comes home to score. It is 9-0 Wareham in the bottom of the 6th. Cruson up to third. McDonald stays put at first. So runners are on the corners with 2 out. Wareham ahead 9-0 in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch to the right-handed hitting Vance Sheehan. Fastball popped up, first base side and out of play over the Chatham dugout. 0-1. That was another change that was made here at Spillane Field a couple of years ago before the renovation of the backstop. They switched the dugouts. Wareham moves to the third base side. 0-1. Breaking ball called a strike, outside corner 0-2. And frankly, it didn't really make a ton of sense the old way because you had the home Gatemen looking right into the sun as it set behind the school building on the third base side. 0-1. Breaking ball down and out. A ball and 2 strikes. Today, with the 90-plus degree heat and the sun beating down, all of Wareham's players were on the top step of the dugout. 1-2. Upstairs, 2-2. I guess there are no steps in the dugout.
No.
They were leaning up against the railing, though, perfectly protected from the sun by the dugout. Runners on the corners, 2 out. Patterson's 2-2. Swing and a foul tip, strike 3. The inning ends, but not before Wareham gets 4 runs across. It comes on 4 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. After 6 at Spillane Field, it is Wareham 9 and Chatham 0. On to the 7th, the A's send 3, 4, and 5 to the plate up next.
Chatham A's on the air.
Sun coming up over New York City. School bus driver in a traffic jam, staring at the faces in a rearview mirror, looking at the promise of the promised plan. One kid dreams of fame and fortune. One kid helps pay the rent. One could end up going to prison. One just might be president. Only in America, dreaming in red, white, and blue. Only in America, where we dream as big as we want to. We all get a chance. Everybody gets to dance.
Back at Spillane Field in Wareham. It is Wareham 9 and Chatham nothing. We go to the top of the 7th with Hudson Ridley. I'm Jake Klein. Right-handed reliever Kanan Clayton back to the mound for his second inning. His first pitch to Chase Freilich is a changeup call to strike on the low outside corner. 0-1. Left-handed hitting Freilich leads it off, then Roman Martin and Reed Stallman. Lefty, righty, lefty against the right-handed reliever. 0-1. Popped up. Foul territory. Left field side. Shea in the third baseman sprints back into a back pedal. He makes the basket catch by his left side for the first out. That is now 9 consecutive Chatham hitters retired. The A's have not had a base runner since Freilich's nobody out single in the 4th. And there's one away as Roman Martin comes to the plate. Right on right matchup against the reliever Clayton. The pitch. Breaking ball darts over the plate. Called a strike. It's 0-1. Hudson, you want to give us a check of Cape League scores presented by Sweet Tomatoes Pizza.
I'll rip the Band-Aid off. Orleans is tied with Harwich, scoreless in the bottom of the 5th.
0-1. Fastball lined to the backstop. No balls and 2 strikes. Any combination of 4 Orleans wins or Chatham losses will eliminate the A's. That's going into the day. Any combination of 4.
So say Chatham loses 2 in a row, Orleans wins 2 in a row. That gets you to 4. And then the season would be over for the A's.
0-2. Breaking ball. Popped into shallow center field. Yost races in, called off by the right fielder Turner, who makes the grab in the shallow gap. And there are 2 away. 10 straight batters retired by Wareham pitching.
Few more Cape League scores. Only one other game active right now. Hyannis and Katuitt tied at 3 in the bottom of the 6th. 2 games have already finished today. Brewster tops Bourne 4-2 at home, and YD comes up with a 10-3 win over fledgling Falmouth.
Fledgling, quite the accurate word to describe Falmouth. First pitch to Stallman, outside 1-0.
Thanks, Jake. I try.
Chatham visits the Commodores 2 days from today for a Thursday matchup. 1-0. Fastball outside, 2-0.
That would be the earliest day where Chatham could have nothing to play for.
Again, that's if the A's lose today and tomorrow, and Orleans wins today and tomorrow. 2-0. Fastball, fly to deep center field. Yost trots back in front of the wall. He looks up, and he makes the catch. Reed Stallman narrowly misses a homer to the deepest part of Spillane Field, and the A's go 1-2-3 again. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. After 6.5, it's time to stretch at Spillane Field. Wareham can win it with a run in the bottom of the 7th after this.
Cape Cod Baseball Network and the A's. Sports Radio play-by-play. Chatham A's on the air.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. 'Cause it's a root for the home team. And if they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's a 1, 2, or 3 strikes you out at the old ball game. Yeah. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and some Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. 'Cause it's a root for the home team. And if they don't win,
Back at Spillane Field in Wareham. It is 9-0 Wareham Gatemen over Chatham A's. With Hudson, Ridley, I'm Jake Klein. With a loss, the A's magic number for elimination would drop to 3. And the Chatham A's have made a Chatham Bars In call to the bullpen. They bring on the right-hander Caleb Freeman for his 4th appearance in his first week on Cape Cod. Sidewinding righty faces the lefty hitting Jack Cale to lead off the bottom of the 7th. First pitch, swung on and popped foul. Behind home plate and out of play in the vicinity of my car, which I hope is safe.
Jake, I'm not sure. That thing's a behemoth.
Yeah, we can't see it from here.
We'll
it
have
is
to
not
find out.
impenetrable.
No.
No one. Fastball inside. A ball and a strike.
It's not something you really want to test and find out either. How fast a baseball has to be going to go through your windshield.
It's been chipped by rocks in the past.
We've sent our producer Beckett Culkins to go check on the windshield.
1-1. Fastball outside. 2 balls and a strike. A reminder that if Wareham scores in this half inning, the game is over and the Gatemen win by run rule. A team that leads by 10 or more after 7 innings is automatically a winner, according to NCAA rule. 2-1 from Freeman. Swung on and line foul to the backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Cale. Left-handed hitting second baseman from Columbia is 1 for 3. He's grounded out to second and short and hit a line drive single to right. Two-two pitch. Fastball just outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff man. Freeman last pitched Saturday night when he came in for a 1-out save in a 5-4 win over Hyannis. Stranded the game-tying run on second and game-winning run on first with a long fly to center. 3-2 pitch. Hammered right field. Hanley sprints over. He turns back. He reaches up and he makes the catch. Crashes up against the fence in right field. And he took kind of a strange route to it. Ran straight over toward the right field line, then turned backwards, but used his 6'5" height and all of his wingspan to reach up and grab it. There was one away.
Jake, I have an update on the car from our producer, Beckett Culkins. Your car is fine. However, that ball did hit a little kid playing catch.
Oh!
Yeah.
I would rather it hit my car.
You were going to say
that's
that,
a lie.
but
That's
you
a lie.
don't believe that.
I do not stand by that. First pitch to Rogers, tipped foul to the backstop. 0-1. Provided I don't know the kid.
Kid can recover without having to take it to the auto body shop.
True. Nobody on with one out. And Rogers fighting a bug around home plate. He took his helmet off and was kind of chopping at it, trying to dodge it. Those bugs might be coming out, starting to get a little bit dark at Spillane Field. Sky's still relatively bright, and ahead of the pitch, Rogers is again dueling with the bug. Runs his hand through his hair. Wareham Gatemen dugout cracking up. And Rogers is still going.
The first time the A's came here, Chatham starter Nate Taylor had to battle bugs when he tossed 4 scoreless with 10 strikeouts, all the while fighting the bugs. Today, they've yet to make an appearance and hold up the game until this point, but I'm starting to feel them too, Jake.
Freeman's 0-1. Called a strike, top of the zone. It's 0-2. Rogers is 1 of 2. He's reached twice on a hit by pitch in the second and a double in the sixth. He came around to score. Nobody on, one out. The 0-2 popped up. First base side in foul territory. Jackson trots over by the fence. It lands out of play. Just by a couple of feet. And Rogers stays at the plate. Count still no balls and 2 strikes. Freeman comes set on the mound. Another 0-2. Popped up right field side. Hanley sprints over. He watches it land foul. Just 15 feet or so wide of the chalk in right. Another foul ball for Drew Rogers. Still no balls and 2 strikes.
Couple hard hit balls, but Freeman's throwing strikes.
It's his 4th appearance in the last 8 days since he arrived to the Cape from Alaska. 0-2. Inside, 1-2.
Jake, you ever been to Alaska?
No, and I don't plan on it.
Really? Never?
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say never.
You don't want? Do you want to hit all 50 states?
No, that is not a priority of mine at all.
Interesting.
1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back hitters retired by the Chatham righty Caleb Freeman. There are 2 away in the bottom of the 7th.
Now that in the shortstop, number 2, Christopher Ramirez from Cal Baptist.
So nobody on and 2 away, and the Wareham order turns over for Chris Ramirez, the right-handed hitting leadoff man. Gatemen are ahead 9-0 over Chatham in the bottom of the 7th. A run would win the game. First pitch, lined through the left side and into left field, a base hit. Wareham has the game-clinching run rule run on first with 2 out, and the left-handed hitting Hayden Yost comes to the plate. Yost today has reached 3 times in 4 trips to the plate. He doubled in the first and scored, homered in the third, grounded out to second in the fourth, and reached on an E3 in the 6th. He has scored 3 of Wareham's 9 runs. Bats with a runner on first and 2 out. Wareham 9, Chatham nothing, bottom 7. Freeman set, first pitch to Yost. Line foul to the backstop. No balls and a strike.
Yost and the on-deck hitter McHugh have combined for 6 of those 9 runs as well. 3 of them unearned combined between the 2.
Chatham starter Jacob Turner allowed 5 runs in his 5 innings pitched, but only 3 of them were earned. Freeman delivers. High, 1-0. Or rather, a ball and a strike on Yost, the left-handed hitter. He's been here in Wareham since the early going. He's been a mainstay in center for the Gatemen all summer. Ready for the 1-1. Up and away, 2-1. As Hudson mentioned, the right-handed hitting Chris McHugh would be next if Yost can reach. Runner on first with 2 out. Freeman shakes off ahead of the 2-1. Now home. Fastball inside, 3-1. Right-hander nods at the sign. Comes set with his glove at the belt. Peers in. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Yost with a major uppercut. Swings over a 3-1 fastball. Got the pitch he wanted and just missed it.
He was trying to win the game there.
Right in the wheelhouse on the inner third. Around belt high on the left-handed hitter. And instead the count goes to 3-2. Ramirez will be off on the pitch. The 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Wareham does not score. Caleb Freeman picks up 2 strikeouts in his first inning out of the bullpen. 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. After 7 innings at Spillane Field, Wareham is cruising. It is the Gatemen 9 and the Chatham A's nothing. And Wareham makes a call to the bullpen when we come back. And bring in a right-hander. We'll get you all the new details, plus Hudson Ridley takes over on play-by-play when we come back.
Sports Radio, play-by-play. Go A's, Chatham on GRC.
In the sun somewhere, there's some buddies in a Chevy turning up Tom Petty on the way to the Cape. They'll be there all day. In the sun somewhere, there's a home run ball flying over that wall off of Little League bat. Peanuts and Cracker Jacks. It's a road trip on a wild tear, and I'll call you when we get there. Here's to making that coffee can cash. Here's to making those good times last. 2 for 1, the fireworks and cold beer.
Back for the 8th at Spillane Field in Wareham. It is 9-0 Gatemen over A's. And with your play-by-play, here is Hudson Ridley.
Thank you very much, Jake. It's a Chatham Bars in call to the bullpen for the Gatemen, who lead it 9-0. They bring on the right-hander Griffin O'Connor, 6'1", 200 pounds, from Georgetown. Makes his 5th appearance on the season with a 10.29 ERA. 5 walks to 7 strikeouts for the right-hander. He will face 6, 7, and 8 in the A's order. It's Isaiah Lane, Trace Mazan, and Jake Hanley. O'Connor tossing his warm-up pitches on the mound. Just after the A's got through an inning that they really needed to get through to keep this game alive. If Wareham had scored a run in the last frame, this game would have been over. The Gatemen were just 1 run away, and now Chatham has a little bit more life as it escapes the run rule, at least for this inning. But still only with 1 hit on the board today, courtesy of the left-handed hitting Chase Fralick. He had a single back in the 4th, and other than that, it's only been 2 walks for the A's to get on base, as well as an error on the starting pitcher TJ Schlageter that put the leadoff man of the ball game, Jackson Freeman, aboard. Other than that, just a single and 2 walks. So only 4 base runners for the A's today. Isaiah Lane is one of them. He drew a walk back in the 2nd inning, and now he stands in for the 3rd time today. He's got a walk and a strikeout on his line. Right on right to lead off the top of the 8th inning. 9-0 Wareham in front of Chatham. Lane stands tall in the right-handed box. First pitch from O'Connor, fastball grounded left side, gobbled up at third by Sheehan, throws across the diamond, got him. First pitch swinging for Isaiah Lane. He's retired on a ground out that goes to third base, and it is 1 up, 1 down for O'Connor. The fourth arm that Wareham is used today. In comparison, the A's have used 3, including the starter Turner, who went 5 innings. That brings up Trace Mazan. He hits from the right side, 1 gone and nobody on. First pitch from O'Connor. Fastball skips in the dirt and into the mitt of Rogers, 1-0. The sun is now set behind Wareham Middle School that looms over Spillane Field, just to the left of the ball field. Still a slight yellow hue behind it, but the rest of the sky is a darker blue. 1-0, fastball hit in the air. Right center field. Yost gives chase on a slide. He made the grab. Hayden Yost lays out and grabs out number 2. Tracked it all the way, full extension. And that's a tip of the cap from Griffin O'Connor. Deserved for that kind of defensive play. 2 up, 2 down for O'Connor as Mazan is retired on yet another liner. His 3rd line out today. Brings up Jake Hanley from the left side. First pitch from the righty O'Connor. Fastball way high at the eyes of the 6'6" Jake Hanley. He takes ball 1. 2 gone and nobody on for Hanley. A's trail Wareham 9-0 in the top of the 8th. 1-0, popped up. Stays on the infield, now drifts into shallow left field. Cruson comes in. He calls off Ramirez, the shortstop, and puts away Hanley. A very quick 1-2-3 for the A's. Ground out from Lane to begin it. Mazan lines out, and Jake Hanley with a flyout. 4 straight innings that Chatham has gone 1-2-3, and now the A's trot Caleb Freeman back on for the bottom of the 8th. Wareham on top 9-0 on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRC, Cape Cod.
Nobody on the road, nobody on the beach. I feel it in the air, the summer's out of reach. Empty lake, empty streets, the sun goes down alone. I'm driving by your house, though I know you're not home. But I can see you, your brown skin shining in the sun. You got your hair combed back and sunglasses on, baby. I can tell you my love for you will still be strong after the boys of summer have gone. Never will forget those nights. I wonder if it was a dream. Remember how you made me crazy? Remember how I made you scream?
Bottom of the 8th on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. Wareham has put 9 runs on the board. Chatham has not brought a run across. The A's bring Caleb Freeman on for a 2nd inning. He faces Chris McHugh from the right side to lead it off, followed by Chase Cruson and Cade McDonald. McHugh with the ball tucked behind his back, puts it in his glove. The sidewinder kicks and deals. First pitch fastball inside, 1-0 on McHugh. He has reached base all 4 times today. Twice on singles, twice on errors. Chatham has committed 5 today. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball out of the glove of Aaron Beatty. He lunged to his right, still couldn't snag it. It took a bounce off the padded backstop, skipped through the gray stone dust dirt that still supplies a warning track. Not all the way around the field, just from dugout to dugout, and then the backstop. 2-0, fastball inside, and it goes into the leg of McHugh. It hit him. The second hit by pitch today from the A's. Puts the leadoff man aboard. Again, if Wareham scores in this inning, game's over. That happened in the last frame. Caleb Freeman came in and did allow a 2-out single, but after that struck out Hayden Yost, and we kept on rolling. 9-0 Gatemen on top of the A's, bottom 8. Leadoff man aboard, it's McHugh on first, and it brings up Chase Cruson from the left side. The righty Freeman looks in and deals. Fastball high. 1-0. He whips his arm out of the sidearm slot. When he has to pitch from the stretch, it's a very funky motion. Says that sidearm pitchers are just more difficult to hit. That is what it is. 1-0. Fastball. Off the plate away, 2-0. Says that he used to throw from a 3/4 slot. And then through some training, his fastball velocity jumped up when he went from sidearm, which is very rare. Says that he couldn't really teach anybody how to throw 3/4 now. Only sidearm. 2-0. Breaking ball. Low and away. A 3-0 count on Chase Cruson. He's got a runner on first and nobody gone in the bottom of the 8th. McHugh shakes off, now agrees with Aaron Beatty. Glove at the belt. 3-0. Fastball outside, that's ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Chase Cruson. And it puts runners on first and second with nobody gone. Again, if Chatham falls today, it would only need a combination of 3 more either Chatham losses or Orleans wins to be eliminated from playoff contention. Runners on first and second, nobody gone. Caden McDonald from the left side. He already has a home run today, a single and a walk. Here's the pitch. Runs in on him, nearly drills him, and McDonald backpedals off the plate, high-stepping out of the way. It's 1-0 on the right-handed hitter.
Harwich and Orleans still tied scoreless, but the Mariners do have a runner on third with 2 out in the bottom of the 6th.
So if Harwich wins today, the A's would still only be 2.5 games back. 1-0, breaking ball, low and outside, and Aaron Beatty dives to grab the ball. 2-0. And now Caleb Freeman starting to miss on a few of his spots. Aaron Beatty has the mask off and walks over to the mound to have a word with Freeman. So if Chatham drops this game, which in all likelihood it's looking
I would
like
agree.
they will. That's just a take from me there. I'm not sure if anybody else would agree. Orleans would have to win to keep the distance going. Brewster also won today. So at this point, if Brewster loses out, it would still be hard for the A's to catch Brewster. Really, all the focus should be on Orleans in that playoff race. And today, this is not really the kind of statement that Chatham likely would have hoped for in this spot. As the visit from Aaron Beatty is over, and with runners on first and second and nobody gone, it'll be a 2-0 pitch to Caden McDonald. 9-0 Wareham lead, bottom 8. Freeman fires. Fastball called strike on the inner half. 2-1. Freeman getting used a whole lot ahead of a redshirt senior season at Eastern Kentucky. This is his 4th appearance in the last 8 days. Jake mentioned it. He was last playing in Alaska. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball cut on and missed. 2-2. Freeman, after the mound visit from Aaron Beatty, has now thrown 2 straight strikes. Digs his back right foot deeper into the mound dirt. Pitch clock resets. That's what home plate umpire Joe Gravino wanted. Before the batter, McDonald stands in. Now both are ready. McDonald widens in a 2-strike count. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball down and in, and the count runs full. One more ball here and the bases would be loaded. The A's middle infield ready to turn two. Today it's Lane at short, Mazan at second, who backs up and now puts his heels on the grass. Lane is closer to the second base bag. 3-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, strike three. Caleb Freeman K's a third in his relief appearance. He's only given up one hit so far, and runners stay on first and second for Wareham. One gone in the frame, and the Wareham Gatemen up 9-0. This win, if Wareham could hold on, would be the 19th of the season for the Gatemen. It would move them to 19-16. Still no ties. Right on right, the first pitch to Turner. Fastball fouled back into the mitt of Aaron Beatty. It's 0-1. Wareham is the only team in the Cape League without ties. Chatham has 3, but they all came within the first few weeks of the Cape League season. Since then, it's been wins or losses. Freeman agrees on a pitch with Aaron Beatty. Here's the 0-1. Fastball hit in the air, popped up, left field. Stallman can't see it. He lost it in the lights, and Lane makes the grab in the outfield. He fires it back in, and the runners have to retreat. Reed Stallman could not see it in left. Isaiah Lane sprinted all the way out from the shortstop spot, jumped up, and made an acrobatic grab to save what would have been a disastrous scene for Chatham.
Now batting the third baseman, number 16,
Wildly impressive catch from Lane. Running out, looking over the shoulder, made the overhand grab as he fell to the ground. But, boy, Chatham's outfield has had issues seeing the ball in the last couple of days.
A few nights ago in Hyannis, Daniel Jackson was playing in right field. He couldn't see 3 straight balls hit to right, and now it's Reed Stallman in left, who couldn't see the fly ball come his way. It's a fly out to the shortstop, and now the first pitch to Sheehan is hit in the air, deep to left field. Stallman races over towards the line and makes the grab on the run to end the 8th inning. So Wareham gets runners on first and second with nobody gone. And then Chatham gets a strikeout, a fly out that goes to the shortstop Lane, who made a tremendous play, and then a fly out to left field that went to Stallman and ended the frame. Still a 9-0 Wareham lead as we make our way to the top of the 9th. The last licks for Chatham on the other side when we return on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Chatham on TRZ, Cape Cod.
I get up in the evening and I ain't got nothing to say. I come home in the morning, I go to bed feeling the same way. I ain't nothing but tired. Man, I'm just tired and bored with myself. Hey there, baby, I could use just a little help. You can't start a fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. Messages keep getting clearer. Radio's on and I'm moving around the place. I check my look in the mirror. Wanna change my clothes, my hair, my face, and I ain't getting nowhere. I'm just living in a dump like this. There's something happening somewhere.
Top 9 on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. It is a 9-0 lead for the Wareham Gatemen. With Jake Klein, I'm Hudson Ridley. Chatham has its last licks here. It's Cade Aaron Beatty, Jackson Freeman, and Daniel Jackson trying to keep the A's hopes alive. Aaron Beatty starts off from the right side. He faces the right-hander Griffin O'Connor, brought in for his second inning. First pitch from O'Connor, fastball fouled back to the screen, 0-1. Through the 7th and 8th innings, it took only 13 pitches from the combination of Kanan Clayton and Griffin O'Connor to retire the A's, both in order. 15 straight batters retired for Chatham. Here's the 0-1, fastball cut on and missed, and it's 0-2 on Aaron Beatty. 0 for 2 today. Strikeout and a pop-up. The A's with only 1 hit on the board so far. O'Connor set. Here's the 0-2. Fastball, swing and a tip into the mitt of Drew Rogers. That's strike 3. 8 strikeouts today, combined between the 4 Gatemen pitchers, and Chatham has just 2 outs left to work with in the ballgame. Jackson Freeman digs in from the left side. O'Connor deals. Fastball fouled back to the screen. 0-1. The only hit today came from Chase Freilich back in the 4th inning. A no-out single that put runners on first and second, but then Daniel Jackson was caught stealing at third, and the A's eventually lost the momentum of the inning. 0-1, fastball in and out of the mid of Rogers. Pitch was low and away, and it's ball 1. Freeman bends the knees. 1-1. Fastball popped up, left side, drifts out of play as the catcher Rogers doesn't give any attempt. It lands just maybe 15 or so feet past the screen on the left side. A fan had the bare hand up to try to make the grab out of the air, and then it slammed to the ground off the asphalt that runs behind Wareham Middle School. It's 1-2 to Jackson Freeman. Here's the pitch. Fastball in the dirt, gloved by Rogers, and it's 2-2. He bats with 1 gone and no runners on in the top of the 9th. A 9-0 Wareham lead over Chatham. O'Connor looks in. He shakes off Rogers once and comes set. 2-2 to Jackson Freeman. Fastball called, strike 3. O'Connor dots the outer half. That's strikeout number 9 today for Wareham pitching. And the A's down to their final out. It's Daniel Jackson. Jackson has been the A's best hitter this season. Stands in from the right side. Right on right with O'Connor. First pitch, breaking ball. Called a strike on the inner half. It's 0-1. Jackson hitting .284. Chatham's highest qualified hitter in terms of average. 0-1, fastball skips in the dirt into the mid of Rogers. It's 1-1. He tried to frame that pitch. You can't really frame one in the dirt. Ball and a strike on Daniel Jackson. A's down to their final out today. O'Connor winds and deals. Fastball hit in the air, down the right field line and foul. Lofted foul ball. That goes near the Chatham bullpen in right. And the A's down to their final strike. It's 1-2 on Daniel Jackson. 2 gone and nobody on. O'Connor looks in. Agrees on a sign. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball in the dirt. 2-2. Spillane Field has largely emptied out. All the Gatemen need is one more pitch to close out what would be a 19th win on the season. 2-2, fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. O'Connor strikes out the side and ends the ball game as Chatham has 18 straight batters to retire what has been a 9-0 loss for the A's at Spillane Field. Playoff hopes dwindling further and further. And now the A's have to contend with yet another loss and less time to make up ground.
And Chatham got punched in the chin early on in this one and really just had no response. The hit from Freilich in the 4th inning, the only hit of the day. 18 straight batters set down after that to end the game. And for Wareham pitching, the last 3 innings completed on just 26 pitches.
Not what the A's would have wanted. Well, that does it for the ball game, but we still have our Anglers Extra post-game show to break down a few things. Jake Klein has an interview. Plus, we have your highlights presented by Touchstone Closing. Not a whole lot for Chatham, but a couple defensive plays have made the list in that one. We will also have a check on the Orleans score with Harwich, very important, as Chatham's still trying to sneak into the playoffs. It is all that and more when we come back on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Sports Radio, play-by-play. Go A's! Chatham on GRC.
When the lights go down in the city and the sun shines on the bay, I wanna be there, yeah, in my city. Oh, 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 oh. So you think you're lonely? Well, my friend, I'm lonely too. I wanna get back to my city by the bay. It's sad. There's been mornings out on the road without you, without your charms. Na 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 When the lights go down in the city and the sun shines on the bay, I wanna be there in my city. Oh, oh, When the lights go down in the city and the sun shines on the bay, I wanna be there in my city. Oh,
Anglers Extra.
Welcome in to the Anglers Extra post-game show following a 9-0 Chatham loss at Spillane Field, with not a lot going right for the A's today. A meeting from Chatham just past the first base bag, standing on the outfield right now. Everybody in on this one, so we will hold off on getting you an interview from Jake Klein, but we will give you your highlights today, presented by Touchstone Closing. It started early for Wareham in the bottom of the first. The Gatemen were firing early. First pitch from the righty Turner. Fastball smoked up the middle, grabbed by Lane at short. He flips to second for one. The throw to first, not in time, he's safe. Cruson legs it out by a step, and Wareham strikes first. 1-0 Gatemen in the bottom of the first. At first, it was the small ball from Wareham to get things started, but after that, monster blasts. 1-0. Fastball drilled. Right side and deep. Freeman over, back towards the wall, and he watches it fly. Hayden Yost gets every bit of a fastball from Turner and deposits it over the center field wall. Wareham on top 2-0 after the solo shot. Bottom of the third. So after Hayden Yost goes deep, his Florida teammate McDonald was not to be outdone. 1-0. Fastball hit in the air. Out to left field. Stallman goes back. That one's way out of here. Bounces in the left field bleachers, and it brings in 2. Gatemen extend the lead 4-0. Wareham on top of Chatham in the bottom of the third. From there, the A's only really had defensive plays to look forward to. Trace Mazan has come in and become a plug-and-play second baseman. He had the A's only highlight today.
Turner's 1-1. Breaking ball, line to Mazan at second. He leaps and makes the grab. He took away an RBI hit from Caden McDonald, and there are 2 gone.
Saved a Wareham run on that play with a nice defensive stretch to make a play. Later on in the game, it turned from defensive successes to defensive errors. There were 5 errors today in the 9-0 loss. This one did not go down as an error, really more of a mental error.
Chatham just tried a hidden ball trick at third base and nearly got the runner Rogers, and now they're calling a balk. Roman Martin held onto a ball that was put out of play, tried to fake get Rogers by tagging him with a ball when another had already been thrown to the pitcher. So Chatham had 2 balls in play at the same time. That's apparently a balk, and a run comes home to score.
You see new things every day. That made it 7-0. That balk was one of the more interesting moves Chatham has had this year to get a run in. A couple wild pitches scoring runs today. But that balk was a real head-scratcher. The pitcher, Patterson, already had a ball, so there was really no need to try that move, and the A's, with a mental lapse, gave up a run in that spot. It made it 7-0, and later on in the bottom of the 6th, Chase Cruson was happy to tag on more.
First pitch. Breaking ball lined fair. Past first and down the right field line. Yost turns third. He comes in to score standing. The throw goes into the cutoff man. Chase Cruson hits an RBI single into right. It's a 3-run inning for Wareham, and the Gatemen lead 8-0 in the bottom of the 6th.
An 8-0 lead for Wareham, and it looked like the train really just could not end. Finally, the A's recorded an out in the frame, but they traded an out.
Base is loaded, 1 out. Left against right, Patterson comes home. Fastball hammered, left center field. Freeman sprints back in front of the wall. He pulls up and makes the grab. Runners tag from second and third. They move up as the throw goes into second. Colby Turner lines a sacrifice fly into left center field. McHugh comes home to score. It is 9-0 Wareham in the bottom of the 6th.
And 9-0 is where this game would stay. It seemed like a couple times where there may be a breakthrough coming to win this game for Wareham in a run rule setting, but Chatham each time would work runners on base, and Caleb Freeman got out of a couple jams to keep runs off the board and keep it a 9-0 game. In the end, the A's went 18 straight down. Here was the final out. 2-2, fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. O'Connor strikes out the side and ends the ball game as Chatham has 18 straight batters to retire what has been a 9-0 loss for the A's at Spillane Field. So the last trip for Chatham to Spillane Field ends in a loss for the A's. Tommy Egan credited as the winning pitcher today. Egan up to a 1-0 record on the season. Jacob Turner credited with the loss today. He drops to 0-3. And we have Jake Klein standing by with an interview. Jake?
All right, Hudson, Diamond side with Jacob Turner after Chatham falls at Spillane Field against Wareham. Jacob, you go 5 innings in the start tonight. What were your takeaways from the outing?
Yeah, no, I was happy with it. Dealt with some adversity. Obviously, first batter of the game got me good. Tricep tightened up a little bit, but I was just trying to command my off-speed, work off the fastball, and I was proud of myself for going 5 innings and giving us a chance to win. keeping us in it.
How did it feel after you took that line drive off the arm?
Yeah, the adrenaline was pumping for sure. Didn't feel much. I'll feel it tomorrow. But no, I had the adrenaline and just tried to keep it loose, and I'll be all right.
What have you learned over your couple of outings here on Cape Cod?
You got to command the off speed. You got to strike one's the most important pitch, and everything works off the fastball. Command the fastball. Don't leave it in the middle. So good hitters, they'll punish you for your mistakes, and just got to command.
What's it been like working with Dennis Cook and Jay Powell, 2 former Major League pitchers?
It's awesome. A lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge from those guys, a lot to learn from them, and I've learned a lot, and no, it's been great. Just talking to them and having conversations with them, all the experience they have. It's been really cool to learn from them.
What did Dennis have to say to the team after the loss?
Just to stay in it, keep fighting. A lot of guys getting worn out. It's a long summer, especially playing the full seasons that we do, but just finish strong, keep competing till the very end.
There's Jacob Turner on the Anglers Extra Post-Game Show. Jacob, thanks for the time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Back to Hudson for the rest of the post-game show.
So Jacob Turner takes a fastball hit back to him on the mound off the elbow and ends up going 5 more innings after that, exactly what Dennis Cook wanted out of him, but the A's still drop a 9-0 ball game. Game started at 6 p.m. even, ended at 8:23. That is 2 hours and 23 minutes. At 1,047 people at Spillane Field, a 90-degree temperature at first pitch, and it felt like this game just kept on getting hotter and hotter and hotter. A 9-0 loss for the A's at Spillane Field, but tomorrow Chatham is right back at it. Still right now just 2.5 games back. We'll have to see how that Orleans score holds. Tomorrow the A's host Brewster. That's a 7 o'clock first pitch from Veterans Field. A 6:40 A's Extra pregame show on that one, so tune in at 6:40 to hear that. For producer Beckett Culkins and my partner Jake Klein, I'm Hudson Ridley saying so long from Spillane Field.
Chatham Anglers Baseball 2025 has been brought to you by the Chatham Bars Inn, Chatham Clothing Bar, Touchstone Closing, Mahi Gold, Chatham Paint and Hardware, Sweet Tomatoes Pizza, the Red Nun Bar and Grill, Short and Sweet Ice Cream, Cape Cod 5, and by the Chatham A's.
Chatham A's Baseball, Sports Radio, play-by-play, summertime on Cape Cod.
This has been an exclusive presentation of Chatham A's Baseball on TRZ Team Line.
Chatham on TRZ.